This guy was like a monster corporating money that many of us will only dream of.
How much?
1.5 CR.
मेरे दादाजी प्रोफेसर, दादी प्रिंसिपल, पापा प्रिंसिपल, मम्मी टीचर, मैं मैथ्स में 1 मार्क्स.
I have a big portfolio of properties from say 25 lakhs and goes up to almost 500 crores. At one point of time, I used to have a property which was 1,312 crores.
If it is out of sight,
Out of
it is out of mind. So I forget so many things. That is why I, even in like the job I do, I need a person who constantly keeps on coming and keeps on telling me कि bro तुझे ये करना है. That is why I've got Devansh who's the producer. He's like कि तुझे आज ये करना है, तुझे आज वो करना है, तुझे याद करना है, because my mind is just
Everywhere.
yeah bro. It's so with ADHD, if you don't know, there's some in your frontal lobe. आपका हमारा brain ऐसा रहता है ना. If you have ADHD, you'll have a little bit of a gap. Yeah, you'll have like a little bit of a like a dent.
Physically or
Yeah, physically. You'll have a physical dent.
You got this like a brain MRI done, everything.
No. My fiance is like she studies psychology. She's a philosophy. She's been very heavy into all this, and she also is ADHD person. Yes, fiance. I said it right, baby. Which camera is mine? कौन सा camera मेरा?
I think that one. This one is.
Yes, baby. Yes, fiance. जल जाओ तुम सब लोग जो भी देख रहे हैं. 22-year-old fiance. Yeah.
वो रोल नहीं हो रहा है.
रोल हो रहा है bro. तभी तो कर रहा हूँ. Oh, let's go. So yeah, with the ADHD, this happens. So we've been. I realized. Actually, I would love to know about this now that you're also here. You've been a working professional for.
I was gonna get to that, but go ahead.
You've been a working professional for as long as I've been alive.
1997.
So you've been before I've been. You've been a working professional before I was even
either of us were
alive. So what I have been able to figure out is none of this advice that is available outside कि तुम्हें इस तरीके से काम करना चाहिए, तुम्हें उस तरीके से काम करना चाहिए works. It's just bro, you've gotta figure what you do. You have your certain set of superpowers और जो भी नहीं है लौंडे ले आओ 4 जिनको आता है और वो करो. And ever since I found it as such a life hack. I was like, oh, I do not have to be good at everything. I just need to get 2 who are like equally as good at whatever they do. And all of a sudden you go from making 1,000 rupees to 10,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees. The jump between hiring team and all of that is just immense. That is why we have expanded so much. We're like, team is just the best thing you can get. It's f***ing great.
But coming back to ADHD.
Sorry, ADHD. See, this is what happens with ADHD. You forget. Yeah, so you have like a blimp, like a dent in your head, which results in so many problems.
Okay.
Like you can't focus on bunch of things. I have a very different ADHD. I have hyper-focus ADHD. So the reason I'm skinny is not because mera metabolism faster. That is the case. But also because I forget to eat. So you'll forget to eat even though your body is just calling you कि भूख लगी है.
Everything you're saying, I experience.
Yeah.
Everything that you say. Because I'm like a little bee everywhere. ठीक है? But don't you think that is also a part of life? Because हम लोग ऐसे fast paced environment में रहते हैं. And because minus him, we fast paced environment में हम लोग रहते हैं. तो हम लोग का focus सब जगह नहीं हो सकता है. So we have to focus on little things at regularly.
Yeah.
So don't you think that is just the way it works? When were you diagnosed with ADHD? Is it self-diagnosed?
No. I went through. So I got diagnosed. So
there's also one more. There's ADD and ADHD.
ADD, ADHD, same.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah. So ADD was the first term that they utilized.
1997.
Yeah. Then they converted into ADHD. Now ADHD is the like
accepted
updated
format.
Yeah. That is like the H264 of the world. Nobody got the joke. It's okay. Sorry.
H264.
Only my editor folks got over there. The people who
H264.
the codec, the codec. But Buddha uncle. But so what happens is, what were we talking about?
ADHD.
ADHD.
You were the
ADHD.
fast-paced
I
environment.
I got diagnosed with by 7 different professionals. So I was going through a very rough patch in early 2022. Got diagnosed with clinical depression, got diagnosed with anxiety, all that jazz. ठीक है? Proper went to, and I was like, इसको क्या मालूम, मैं agree नहीं करता. So I went to the second one, I went to the third one, I went to the fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, and then seventh one, and all of them said कि bro, खत्म है bro. तो फिर मैं बोला okay. And then we were able to diagnose it and we were able to understand it. And once I was able to understand, oh, this is not like whatever is happening is not like what I used to do, and what most Gen Z I know outside suffer from is like, oh, there's something wrong with me. You start realizing, oh, this is just biology. Oh, fixable है. Oh, 4 medicine लेने की और 4 बार therapy जाने का है. Oh, sort हो जाएगा. And once you start sorting it out, you find some purpose in life. And after you sort it out, you find some purpose in life. Like, bro, ADHD after that becomes like a blessing. Like, you are able to, like I was saying, right? I forget to eat it. That's there. But the hyper focus I get, I have a very specific version of ADHD. There's like Apple ka iOS 16 type 16 se idhar bhi.
The premium version.
Yeah, premium version. And you become so hyper focused that has resulted into me being able to get into like the maximum depth of any subject that I want to study.
घुस जाते हो अंदर
एकदम कि like 4 महीने तक अभी I was studying about gardening. I had gotten to gardening and I was just like nothing. I would watch 18 hours of just YouTube a day about gardening and it would work. And it's just
how do your friends and family react to it though? Because see, I'll tell you, when
I don't have many friends. I
you
have
have
like-
fiance,
Yeah, that's it. That's my fiance. That's it. That's my fiance, and I have like 1-2 more guys. That's it.
within a close network.
Yeah, I don't believe in just like having too many friends. I feel like too many friends fuck shit up.
Drain you.
Take your
I have
time.
the same philosophy. That's why not many friends at all.
Yeah, I don't-
They distract you from your work. अरे ये मत करना. अरे movie आना. I have work.
Yeah, bro.
I have goals in life.
Yeah, you need
That is
like.
giving me a high. I don't want this.
Yeah, I don't think
So,
having too many friends is good.
isolated. You get isolated.
Yeah, and I think isolation is good.
It's
only.
good. It's good.
I love
Fantastic.
isolation.
It's
You are
fantastic.
more extroverted though.
Yeah.
No.
You're
you're
not.
also
You are.
I talk to people all the time. I take a lot of phone calls on a daily basis, but I value my time, my peaceful time the most. Like मैं बच्चे का बाप भी हूँ. I have a 7-year-old kid. The moment I walk into the house, he pounces on me. So I have to give him energy, time. Now, there are times when I don't see him for 2-3 days at a stretch because I'm traveling or busy with work, or I go when he's asleep and when I come when he's asleep. So there is a lot of gap between that. So whenever I get that time of just being by myself, silence, like absolute silence. I want my ears to go.
That's an ADHD symptom, by the way.
I know. I'm too old to accept anything now, to accept any of these changes in my life. So I live with it. However it is, whatever it you want to call it, ADHD, you want to call it any other disorder, I'm okay with it. But I really value my time alone. There are times when I would, and this is not now, this is back when I was in the US also now, I used to go out on a tangent. Like these 30 days I used to go out party, I used to work out, I used to do everything extremely just boom things. And then for 5 days, 7 days, I would not do a damn thing. I would not brush for 2 days. I would like have beard going up, not shave, not do anything, not get out of the house, just sit at home and binge watch TV. Even now, I don't get an opportunity to do it as much, but मेरे को कभी भी चांस मिलता है ना तो मैं पहला चीज जाके एक शो पकड़ता हूँ और नॉन स्टॉप 2 दिन तक देखूंगा मैं. And I'm like completely like you disappear off the face of the planet. Phone is off. People are calling. Where are you? And I say I do not care. This is my time. This is my peaceful time. I need to gather my thoughts together. And every time I have done that, I come back stronger. Every time. Because then I'm sitting down and I'm having conversations with myself in my head. There is constant like, okay, we can do this, we can do that. This was a problem, this we can solve. Many things just keep on going. It's like a storm, the brainstorm bolta hai na? That's literally a storm in my brain of conversations going on with myself, but not a single word is uttered.
Tell me something. This is not something that he and I can experience just now, but you are gonna experience soon. There's something people talk about that after your age of 25. Okay, you experience your brain, the frontal lobe fully forms. So now you are in much more control of your whatever your inner
Emotions.
thoughts are. You have some of the people that I've had conversation with. They're like the 24-year-old me and the 25-year-old me is like zameen asman ka farak. Like I was able to like conquer the world at 25.
25. मैंने वो तभी नहीं experience किया था. मैंने वो experience किया था when I became a father at 37. When I became a father, till that time my life was willy-nilly. Like I used to enjoy, I used to have fun, I used to party.
You were married during that time.
Married, married at 35 and then I had a kid.
Okay.
We have no. Okay, never mind. No. So I got married at 35. I had my child when in 2017. Got married in 2014, and when I had my child, even for the first 6-8 months or so, I didn't really relate to it. See, and this I found out a little later. This is if you guys ever become a father, you'll realize it that the mother, because she's carrying the child inside her, the connection is very strong. But for a father, the connection does not happen immediately. Now,
would you raise your kid on the farm?
I wouldn't have kids.
You wouldn't have kids?
Yeah, I wouldn't have kids.
Why?
I am no child. See, this thing was when I was growing up, I saw how much hardship my mother went through. Like she's you see, I was pretty much, she was a single mother. So now I'm seeing this woman raise us all by ourselves. She's tensed when I have lower marks, when I'm not getting a job, or when I'm struggling. When I started freelancing, he's struggling, he's working 15-16 hours a day. I'm like, she's so tensed. I'm like, it's almost selfish for me. I don't want to be in her spot. I don't want to be like, I want to bring in someone and then I just settle down. I just figured out my, financial security. I'm still chilling. Ab ye naya banda kaun aa gaya and I have to take tension about him. I'm like, thoda sa I want saas. So I'm like, no. And also secondly is, the world has too many kids. I have that philosophy that I have a crazy this thing. People hate me for this. Random people will start messaging me saying, what are you talking about? So I was like, if everybody stopped having kids right now, everybody, like we release some sort of gas into this thing, please do not sue me. Where's my camera? It's all jokes, please. It's a philosophy. I'm not serious. So now everybody became infertile. And then I'm like, what a lovely way for a species to go out.
Bro.
Like, 18 years
I got
later.
dark really quickly.
Really quick, man. The light behind you also switched off before you started talking about it.
Yeah, actually the entire environment changed.
18 years later, all the children industry, the schooling, the kid industries, all that just dies off. And then everything just starts emptying out. The world gets silent, gets quieter and quieter and quieter, gets more beautiful and beautiful and beautifuler. And I'm like, wow, just 70, 80 years later, this species just disappeared without war, without genocide, without any sort of climate change. They just decided that.
I think you've just given some Hollywood and Bollywood guys
There's a
idea.
manga about this. There's actually a anime. Yeah.
What is it?
I forgot the name, but you can, I'm sure somebody in the comment section will be able to mention it. But tell me something. Do you think you being you seeing your mom go through hardships and all of that, because to the people who do not know, people think Silly Sensei is just a guy who's on the farm. This guy was like a monster corporate person, okay? He was making money that many of us will only dream of. And at the age of 20...
How much?
Yeah, bro.
Was it in lakhs? Was it in crores?
By the end, I was making about 1.5 crore a year, not per month.
What were you doing?
Well, I started as a freelance. In 10th standard, मुझे ये कीड़ा पड़ा था that by 35, I'm supposed to be retired. All the money that I want to make. And then after 35th birthday, next Wednesday, if someone asks, what do you want to do? I'll say, I don't want to do anything. I will sit and read a book. I will sit and stare at the clouds. And nobody can tell me I need to do anything. That was what I wanted. That by the 35th birthday, I'm done. So I was when I was on 7th, 8th class, I was like, how do I make money? How do I make money? And then I started studying for IITs. I didn't like that. Then what I did in 10th grade, I'm like, I'm very good at writing English. I was very good at storytelling. So I'm like, okay, can I do copywriting? I came across this that people can make money writing stuff. So I started going on to these online platforms, trying to, give my services out. And I'm making like some 2-3K a month. And that's when it hit. Like, I don't have to wait until college. I don't have to wait until I have a degree. No, I don't have to wait until I get out of the institute to make money. I can make it right now. My first gig, I think I made about 500 rupees. The whole month I've been trying 500 rupees. I'm like, डन. अब यही बात है.
500 रुपए में जिंदगी दुनिया जीत सकता हूँ.
कभी की बात है ये? What year was this?
This was when I was in 10th grade, when I think
2016?
I don't know.
No, it's 24, 10th grade, 16.
Yeah,
8
yeah.
years back, yeah.
Yeah, 8 years back. Yeah. Then I'm like, fantastic. And then I started researching into copywriting. I started getting better and better. And I got into advertising space where I'm writing copies for ads, right? That time I'm like, what's the next step? Then I started seeing guys in that industry who are graphic designers who are doing quite well. I'm like, ye seekhna hai. So I started studying graphic design. I started YouTube. Basically, YouTube is my guru. And by the time I'm 12th standard, right? I have a few clients. I'm making 30,000-40,000 a month. Now, all my other guys are just, all the people in my school are just, well, they're just excited. Ha, 10th ho gaya, ab life set, ye boards ho gaya. I'm like, paisa aa raha hai. Now, I had, by then I was also having other things. Like I was, I didn't know that graphic design was thing that I would get into. I thought it is just a side gig to make money right now. So I was preparing for this exam called CLAT just to get into law school. Because why is like CLAT lawyers come out with 14-15 lakh packages right off the bat out of this thing, and then they will cap off at, say, in 7-8 years they'll be making 50-60 lakhs a year. So I'm like, that is life. So I wrote CLAT. And after writing CLAT, I cracked it, and then I was like, nahi chahiye, because I'm going to go into another institution for another 5 years. I'm already making 30-40K here. Most kids come out of college making that much. If some of them come out now with 20K, 15K. I'm like, what if I just didn't go? And I sat for the next 5 years working on a business. Because out of college, what most people say, mera experience hi nahi hai. I have to work for another 5 years. Then I'll be like, arey, let's just work, see where it goes. And my family was really against it. They're like, mental fellow not going to college. But the 30-40K wasn't coming easy. It was, I used to go from company to company handing out physical portfolios. Bhaiya log, please.
Door to door.
Yeah, door to door. Like, please.
Full hustler mentality.
I am a graphic designer.
So
look at
what do you
my
learn? No, go ahead.
Yeah. So, and then most of it is rejection. 99.99% is a rejection. Just, I used to go out on my, I used to have a scooty streak that time. I used to go out on the scooty streak the whole day, going to different companies, trying to call them up. It's just kicking me out of the office. Like, or just at the reception, not interested. I'm like, please just show it to your boss. And I used to leave one copy there and go away. Now, after a point, that I started getting some more connections, and then I realized one thing in life. I realized that I don't have to wait until I get experience. I don't have to say that I am a 5-year experienced graphic designer to make money. I can just hack myself through this. I started sitting down. I disappeared for 6 to 7 months, and I started just working on my skills. And then I was like, मुझे ये portfolio अब बनाना है, the guy who has 5 years of experience. I'm like, why can't I achieve? Why do I need to sit for 5 years to do this? I can achieve this right now. And then 6 months later, I come out with an updated portfolio. I have a website and all. And this is the time where everybody's giving their portfolios in Google Drives. Now I'm like, link bechte. And then I went and I designed myself a email signature. So I used to send out emails and mera email signature. And that time they started taking me seriously, a little more seriously. Then I realized I can just lie. I can just lie my way through. So I go to them and say, how many years of experience? 5.
Even though you have 6 months of experience.
Yes, even though I have like 6-7 months of experience. I'm like 5. And I'm sweating. I'm like, oh, these guys are going to say something. And then they're like, okay, let's do it. They look at the portfolio and like, let's do it. And I walked out of the building with about 25,000 rupees ka deal. That was my biggest deal. I took 45 days to complete it. And I walked out of the building saying, fuck, if I deliver this, wow, I can just go around saying I'm a 5-year experienced graphic designer. I don't have to say I'm a kid. Now, I started doing that. That's how I started gaining bigger and bigger and bigger projects. And in the meanwhile, I started shaving my head, because when I used to go in, they're like, Bajpai, what does he know? Like, they don't, the trust factor is not there, right? You show up to a meeting and they're like, what does this guy know, right? So I started shaving my head, I started growing my beard out, And then I used to go out in t-shirts like how Okus is here, sitting here, just a little kid sort of thing. And I started wearing proper ironed shirts and all, just to try to make myself look older. And then a lot of my clients used to not ask me what my age is. They're just assuming he's like 26, 27, 28 years old. Banda hai, he knows
And you
his
were?
experience. I was, 18, 19, guys, just out of...
Wow. Super actor है.
Yeah, bhai, hustler, full hustler mentality. Next, then what happened?
Then I'm like, I started delivering. I started delivering this process. And I'm like, okay, I found a hack through this thing, and I kept doing this, and until I started making enough money, like I started hiring 2 guys. And that's when I'm like, I don't have to do design full time. I can just concentrate on business. And that's why I started learning how to scale that up. And
So you started your own design agency?
yes, this design agency, I started with 2 guys. And
Under what name?
Tribalduck.com.
Tribal Duck.
Duck.com.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there, but it doesn't work. It's just there. It's just sitting there. It's something personal. I don't want to take it down. I feel
It's
sad.
your first baby.
It's
Yeah.
my first baby. I kept
And you don't
getting-
want to be a father.
No.
Huh?
That's my baby. I'm already a father.
Oh, I have a follow-up question on that also. I'm a father. I'm going to ask you a question, but you continue your story.
Yeah, so-
Mr. Actor Sensei.
So all my old clients, if anybody watches this, they're like, he's scammed.
चोरी किया मेरे से.
Too late now. The money is done and digested.
अब तो हो
Shag
गया,
out
bro.
also, my friend, right now. And you're probably using it as manure in your own farm right now.
Yeah. So then I started, and at one point, I'm making about 2.5 lakhs a month, not working full time. I went from making 30, 40 Ks, working for 16, 17 hours a day, to just sitting at home, not going to anybody, just online Behance. There's one website.
Yeah.
So I built out a Behance portfolio, and I'm just getting leads and leads from there. I generated, I'm like, I don't have to go out anywhere.
And you start making, like, at this point, how much were you
I'm
making?
making about 2.5 lakhs a month.
Okay.
Like, I'm happy. I have 2 guys working for me. I'm not sitting in
So
office.
this is, so 2.5 lakhs is not the revenue, is what you are taking
Yeah,
home.
what I'm taking home.
Interesting.
Now I'm like, I don't have to do it. My life is set, man. I can get up at 10 o'clock and start
At
my day.
18, you were making 30 lakhs a year.
Yeah, no, 18. This was about
22.
20. Yeah, about 22.
At
Yeah.
22, you're making 30 lakh rupees per
Yes.
year. This is more money if you would have done that clat.
More money.
Way
Absolutely.
more money. And he would still be doing
I would
CLAT at
still be
22.
I would still be in college.
Okay.
Insane. yeah, bro. I'm all about it. I am not pro institutions
So, like,
either.
it worked. Fantastic. And then one of my clients, we ended up raising money together. He's like, Are, you're in business, you know how to talk. So he's like, come, let's raise money. We raised money. And then he's like, you want to create a direction.
You wanna tell how much you raised?
About 100 crores.
Insane.
But that is not me. The founder was also
Yeah,
very
I mean,
smart
you're
guy.
the
I
part
was
of the
just
team.
part of the team, and I took that crown. मैंने raise किया.
Sensei Saab, you have a story
Yeah, bro.
behind a story.
Yeah.
You are. This is interesting. Continue,
Yeah.
sir. हम लोग ने तो कभी बात ही नहीं की है. अरे by the way, मेरा कैमरा ये है ना. We three are meeting for the first time. Before this, we just had a chat for 2 hours. Just a 2-hour chat, and now everything full revelation is going over here.
Yeah, so then he's like, will you take a creative director role? I'm like, I'm already making money. What are you going to offer me? And then he offers me this money, and he's like, it's on apart from what I'm making in hand, he's like, it's a incentive thing. He's like, how much ever you sell, you can take that much. I'm like, you'll have I'm like, fuck, there's no cap to this. I forget 50, 60 lakhs that I was dreaming of. I can make 7, 8 crores a year at this point if I sell. So I was like, okay, chalo, let's get in my company. I'm your banda now. I'll sit in your office.
I'm your slave, baby.
I'm your corporate slave now. So I get into this company. It was great in the beginning, but since I'm not revealing any names, I can just go out and tell anything. If you are watching, I am sorry, sir. We are good friends right now. We went diversified, but yeah, I am sitting there. I'm trying to sell. I'm very inclined to push distribution. I'm like, अरे मुझे एक बंदा दो, 6-pack का बंदा. This guy has a similar thing.
We'll talk about it.
I met him and he's like, oh, I had this. They're doing it, okay? I want a guy with 6-packs. Make him my puppet. I'm going to make him sit in one house. He never leaves that house. He eats what I say. He sleeps when I want him to sleep. I want a puppet. Now, with this guy, I'm going to turn him into an influencer, and we will make it look like he's the one selling the products. And like, at that point, I'll sell you guys anything. And the founders were a little old-fashioned. They're like, "Nai ads banao re," the old-fashioned stuff. It's all saturated. The industry performance marketing is just saturated. No ROI. It's just paisa dal rahe ho, kuch aa nahi raha. So I'm like, give me 10 lakhs of budget. That's all I need. I will sell you guys anything. It didn't work. So that led me down a road of complete burnout because I'm sitting in office like 1 o'clock in the night, 2 o'clock in the night. And then at this point, my colleagues are going home, but I'm so tired. I just ask them, get me a bed and I'll sleep here. So a lot of times I'm just sleeping in the office and waking up, and before the maid and all is coming, I'm opening the door. Hello, come in.
This
In
is you
your
are at
office.
20 to 20.
Not in my office, the client's office.
This is at the age of 22.
Yeah, 22. About 22, 22 and a half, like that. Around
So this is
20.
not long ago. This is like just 2 years ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
very recently. Then 7 months in, burnt out completely. I tell them, you know what, I'm done. Expect my resignation. And they'll ask, why you this thing? Till then, I had never smoked a cigarette. This is my tipping point. I never smoked a cigarette, and we're sitting at 1 o'clock in the night. Our website was supposed to launch, and my colleagues are going out every half an hour, sutta maring, coming back all fresh. I'm like, you why are you so happy? I'm draining here. Why are you going out and happy? So I'm like, give me that cigarette. I smoke it outside, and then one realization hits. I'm a guy I had so much discipline in my life. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sit down and go into alcohol parties. This job drove me to just say, give me that cigarette. I went into my boss's office. He's still sitting there. I'm like, you can expect a resignation. He says, why? Like, you just made me smoke a cigarette, man. Then that guy's so amused. He's like, okay, interesting exit plan. Please submit your resignation. There's no nothing. Like, done, Abhishek. I have run you down to the last strand.
And you're done.
Good. And he was kind of not to make me not serve that notice period. I had a 3-month notice period. He's like,
I think he saw it in your face.
yeah, it's like too much. He's gone too much. Chalo, he's
Yeah, I think
done.
if anyone comes to me and tells me I'm quitting, you made me smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I
like
think
if
it's time.
Okay, done. And then I'm like, after that, I sat for a few months at home. I didn't want to get back into design industry. I started hating that industry in those 7 months. Like, kuch hua nahi. Because what I had in my life was I moved up in life very quickly. You know, from making 15K to 5, next 1 month it's 500, next month it's 10, 2,000, next month it's 15,000, next month it's 60,000. It's like tuck. And in those 7 months, I felt stagnated. I was making money, but I was like, wo incentive nahi aa raha. I came for that incentive. I was like, 3 months in, forget my salary, I'll be making more in incentives. I didn't get it. I frustrated myself. I'm like, I didn't want to go back into this industry.
Were you following your passion or were you following the money?
I was following the money for financial security. I was like, I want to quit by 35. I'm not
That
following
was
my
the ultimate goal when you were, 7-10 years old or something?
When I was in 8th or 9th grade is when I
Okay.
decided I don't want to work.
13-year-old, 13, 15-year-old.
I'm not going to do work until I'm 60, 70 years old. And then all this while, my end goal was retire on a farm, and I thought I'll retire by the time I'm 35 on a farm. And during this time, I had bought my piece of 7-acre land, which is currently my farm. And then my mother says, you're just rotting in bed. I used to just sit in bed and rot away, just not do anything. And she's like, what do you want to do? I said, I don't want to get into that. She's like, you want to get another job somewhere? No, I don't want to do anything. She's like, Arey, if you want to retire, I'll also retire with you. Let's go to the farm. Chill it out. And I'm like, okay, but my question came, I don't have enough money to retire. Like, I can't, like, on a Wednesday morning, I can't say everything. I still need a little more of financial security, a little more of, if something happens to my health, I need to have some money, a little bit of comfort zone, a little bit of fun money. So my mom said, you put up a business in design, you figured it out, make the farm a business. It doesn't have to be a retirement house, it can be your business. So then I ended up on my farm and ta-da, I'm here. And the distribution is because of that. I was obsessed with distribution just before quitting. I like, "Arey, let me build my own distribution." That guy didn't want distribution. I built.
I think this would be the perfect time for you to introduce who you are, your handles, and your farm. Since you've come from such a long transition to this point, I think, don't you think so?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
So my farm, my name alias in the internet is called Silly Sensei, and I started building it out with this thing that I wanted to showcase that permaculture. Now, permaculture is a form of low budget organic farming, and we use all natural methods to do it. Like, for example, easiest way to say it, if you're a 5-year-old who doesn't understand permaculture, it's like if you have slugs, traditional agriculture will spray the hell out of the slugs. We will bring ducks, and then we get duck eggs and duck meat as a byproduct of that problem.
And duck eats the slugs.
Yeah, duck eats the slugs, and you don't have to...
Ecosystem.
Ecosystem. Every problem, solution. That's all. There's a natural solution for that. So now your input costs just drop down, and you basically are producing organic cheaper than the traditional way. Usually people think organic, bahut sara expenses hota hai. Tomato is going to cost me 200 rupees per kilo to grow. This is cheaper. I'm like, at that point, if I can prove that model. Now that model is not my model. It has been demonstrated, but except in India, I have never seen a farm who's doing it on a profitable, like they do it for the peace of mind. Mujhe permaculture karna hai as a hobby. But I wanted to showcase we can be profitable to the regular farmer. Just the guy next to me who's struggling and who is dreaming of going to the cities. All the farmers are dreaming of going to the cities. No, kisi ko farming nahi karna.
You are the ulta.
Yeah, kisi ko.
And you want to prove that it is...
Stay in the village. Don't go to the cities. There are enough people in the cities. India is agricultural background. Keep that background there. Place is beautiful. Get the GDP back here. Now people ask me, you want to turn everybody into farm, you want to make the farming this way. The industries will not there. Where is the coders? I'm like, contrary. If a farmer is making 15 to 20 lakhs a year, right? He's going to want stuff. He's going to want a better quality of life. He's going to want, say, a computer cafe for his children. Now there's going to be some guy who's going to open a computer cafe. Why industries don't come out there? Because they don't have the money.
Yeah, sure.
For them, they're so price sensitive. There's one restaurant near my village. They went from a dosa selling at 10 rupees to 15 rupees. His business just stuck.
Yeah.
That 5 rupees per dosa just done. So I'm like, if they had money, the industries will start coming there. I'm like, that's what I want. I'm not saying go backward, man. Everybody caveman. No. They're going to make money. They're going to sit in the village, and suddenly the villages are not dreaming of the city life. And my life is nice here.
So that's the plan.
That's the plan. So that is what.
How far are you in being able to make this model successful in your own farm? Like 25%?
In about the next 8 months, I will see revenue.
Break even.
Bro.
Huh?
Break even.
Break even? No, profit, proper profit.
Shit.
It's not going to be, it's not like a regular business. I have not much overhead.
So what is the business though? Right now you're on the farm, it is organic, you have a ecosystem going on.
Yeah.
But where are you making the money?
Right now, I'm not making any money. Zero.
Okay, so after 6 months, what you're saying, 8 months or say 20, whatever time.
Yeah. So right now, if I go out and say I'm profitable, they're going to say, "Arey, iske paas 7 lakh followers hai, ye brand deals karta hai, ye farmer nahi hai, influencer hai." Now, I am in talks with brand deals, but I want to keep that aside. I'm like, that's my money. I'm not here to demonstrate Instagram is profitable. It is profitable. So I'm like, I will do that on the side. That's mera paisa. But I'm going to see products wise. For example, I'm going to plant moringas, tulsi, and sweet potato. It's a 3-layer farming. Moringa, well, because it's very easy to grow and it's very immediately profitable. Why I wanted to do this is permaculturists tell me that it will take 3 to 5 years to become profitable. Now, if I tell a farmer, wait for 3 to 5 years, they'll say, get lost, out. Kaun khilayega mujhe 3 to 5 years. Now, even vegetables will take you 2 to 3 months to monetize. Moringa, the leaves, you can harvest in 45 days. You can start plucking it out in 45 days. Now, if I can prove that in 45 days after planting my moringas and tulsis, I can make money out of it, and it's a regular income. It's not like I'm waiting for a crop. I'm waiting for the leaves. I'm like, okay, now every month, even if it's making 30, 40K a month, the farmer next to me will come to me and say, how are you doing it? And that's what I want to demonstrate. With very minimal investment, in the next 45 days, you can make 30-40K. And these guys struggle to make 10K, 20K. And a lot of times, last year, my neighbor had a massive loss because no rains. Now, moringa is easy to grow, very easy. And you're not worried about how great the pod is going to come out or anything. Leaf to aayega. Everybody can grow leaves, right? So that's I wanted to set up that there are different versions of permaculture, but my mother came up with this plantations model. And she's like, this is the quickest way we could make this monetizable. After that, you bring in your vegetables, you bring in your trees that take 5 years to fruit.
You've had a little bit of cash flow coming and you'll be able to.
And then they'll sit. And I'm like, now the farmer's like, I can make money. He's making quicker money than I am able to make in vegetable farming or anything. So that is my current model. So in about 8 months, right now I'm just fixing the soil. It's a lot of mulching and a lot of nitrogen fixes. So I'm just sitting, but they don't have to do that. They can get into it very quickly. So this mulching is there, right?
Bloody bullet train he is, man.
You put organic matter onto your ground. Yeah. See, basically, they'll think it's very like the people think permaculture is like a very thought out model. Forest kaisa hai? Forest does not have open soil. It has things on the ground. We're replicating a forest. That's what we want to do. Nobody goes into forest, isko fungus laga hai, I'm going to spray fungicide. It takes care of itself because there are interrelated systems in between. Because, say for example, tell me.
Mycelium, right? That's what.
Yes!
What is mycelium?
45-year-old Bhutan knows mycelium. Besharam. 22 साल के बच्चे को कुछ पता नहीं है.
Bro, I am a digital person.
So I am a realistic person. But actually, realistic reti mycelium. Okay, continue. I forgive you.
It's a way that the forest communicates. It's a fungal network. If say a plant is getting attacked by fungus, it sends out a message. They communicate with each other. And this side starts producing some sort of hormones that they start protecting. So that this.
ये 1 मिनट ये 22 साल के बच्चे को हम सिखाते हैं माइसीलियम. आपने स्टार ट्रेक देखा है? हाँ. तो अब देखो स्टार ट्रेक न्यू जनरेशन या कुछ तो आया अभी रिसेंटली, कोई तो चैनल पे आता है, OTT पे आता है. मैं तेरे को लिंक भेजेगा, उसका देख लेना. There is a way they explain mycelium, but in a very futuristic kind of a way. You'll get an idea. That's when I googled it and I found out that's actually a real thing. Even go to that movie Avatar. Even they talk about it. How the whole
the thing is connected to each other. एकदम एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं.
So that is way for
easy way. If he came and started punching me and I started shouting, my voice is mycelium. By then he will come and he's getting ready to mic लेके खड़ा है. That is what is happening in the
Got it.
So now, if you say why I am taking a little longer time to start planting is I need, for example, I need one system called mulching. I need a lot of organic matter to put into the soil. Now everybody in permaculture, the books will say mulch karo. I'm like, where are you getting the mulch from? You want me to buy it? You want me to put 10 lakhs and buy? My farmer neighbor will pay 10 lakhs. कौन देगा? तू देगा मुझे. So I'm like, where is the local solution? So we have a lot of invasive, these thorny trees, and I'm like, what if I just chopped them down, put them to a wood chipper? They're right there. I'm like, fantastic. So we bought a wood chipper and we're currently in the process of getting there. Now, my farmer friend will say, तुमने chainsaw का 30,000 लगाया, wood chipper का 1 लाख लगाया, घंटा मेरे पास 1.3 lakhs है. But I'm like, I am starting this, so there's no business around it. I'm like, say one guy just bought a 30,000 car this thing and he set up a mulching business. Just on an open land, just start. You just buy mulch from him. Easy, local, cheap solution. So they don't have to wait for 6-7 months before they plant. So I'm like, I will do the mulching for you. मेरे से mulch खरीदो.
There is a word for people like you. Serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
हर एक चीज में उसको opportunity दिखती है. But continue.
So now I can, as soon as I have profit, I'm selling leaves. Now they'll tell me, you have distribution, so you're making money. So I'm like, no, I have distribution, so I'm making a lot of money. But now you don't have distribution, you don't have to make that much money. So I will tell them, if I sold to wholesaler, if I sold in the mass market, how much would I make? Now, if I sold in the mass market, per year you can turn that 5-acre farm into a 20, 30, 40 lakh profit farm. A farmer could turn it in. I'm like, I will showcase you, I'll show you the numbers.
Holy shit. But why is this like not talked about? Like, this sounds like
common sense.
Yeah, it sounds like fucking. Really, you can make 40 lakhs as a farmer? It's a fucking.
Well, they just see our farming culture right now is very traditional. You know, urea lagana hai, pesticide to lagana hai. So nobody is like thinking in that sense. See, after the green revolution happened, people just started making so much, produce. They're like, yehi acha system hai. Now, permaculture is not organic farming. It's a completely different model of farming. In organic farming, you'll see a yield loss. You'll see lots of problems because you are using organic fertilizers. What do you say? Organic fermented fish waste you are doing. Where are you getting the so permaculture is a natural solution.
Got it.
And till now, no massive company has really done. If say a massive company got into it, then it'll. Really,
So your plan is to just carry the flag forward so that people outside.
maybe I can scale up to a point where that's a big ambition, but I want it. I want that big ambition that maybe 5 years later I have say a 50-kilometer radius of farmers just doing this, and then we have a massive cooperative, and then from there it just carries on, and then we're like organic tomato chahiye main cheaper de dunga. I will give you lesser than the regular.
But don't you think this organic thing is overpriced?
Yeah.
Just by putting that name organic, they just say like, "अरे इसको market करते हैं हम लोग organic करके."
Absolutely. Oh, in fact, I'll tell you one scam that's going on. Now, organic produce is not pretty produce. Usually, it'll have these bumps, little scratches, mainly because the plant is trying to defend itself naturally and it produces all these things. And वो tasty रहता है. वो ugly tomato tasty रहता है. Now, these nice manicured tomatoes, you know that they are produced on a regular conventional farm, and they're not fighting any disease, they're not fighting any pests. So, it releases some hormones. Basically, the plant is getting attacked, it releases some defense hormones, and it gets tasty for us. We like plant sorrow. Our taste buds love it when the plants are sad.
Toxic humans. Toxic. We are rather toxic. We like broken plants.
We like their sorrow.
All right.
We like it when they're getting tortured. Now, there is one.
There's a whole different side to this gentleman right now. His baldness is never mind. I should keep quiet.
So now there's one scam going on where there is a guy who buys vegetables and he brings it to a sorting center. This is a very regular thing. He will sort all the nice looking tomatoes, all the bad looking. These are conventionally produced tomatoes. Bad looking tomatoes packaged karke at a higher. You're selling bad produce, not organic produce. You're selling bad produce at a much higher markup. He's making more money than from the bad produce than he's making from the good produce.
Holy shit.
So organic का ये market है.
Bro, लेते हैं man. इससे लेंगे फिर टमाटो.
Bangalore से भेजेगा? Where is your farm?
It's near Anantapur, near Andhra Pradesh.
Andhra Pradesh.
It's about 250 kilometers from Bangalore.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, all the produce from my area goes to Bangalore and Hyderabad only.
Insane.
There's already that network. The logistics is there.
You have a community aspect also to this. You mentioned that मेरे को एक 50 किलोमीटर रेडियस के हिसाब से बना के कम्युनिटी एस्पेक्ट भी करने का. सो जो आपका जो बाजू वाला फार्मर था उसको आप रेंट पे दे रहे थे आपका वो जो क्या वो वुड चिपर?
Not yet. They think I'm mad.
So he has to make money first make them feel like, bro, I'm making money, and listen, you can copy it, and I will help you by giving you little bit.
I'll set up your.
वो लोग का mindset ही नहीं है अभी तक. They don't have that mindset.
They think I'm mental, but I wouldn't blame them.
I agree. Them, right? I wouldn't blame them.
They grew up now. If someone told me, like I say, take a random industry like sweeping the streets. If someone told me I can make 2 crores sweeping the streets and I have a system, I'll say mental you are.
True.
Similar.
True.
That is what is happening.
Wow. You think you being raised by your mom made you into this hyper ambitious, crazy?
Well,
single parent.
Yeah. I think we had a little financial struggle.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to get money to be in a good. My own bubble has to be nice. So that is what I guess that's.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. What a story, man.
There's one more question.
Yeah, please.
Did you ever?
So much amusement.
Yeah.
No. This could be a deep question.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever asked your mother the joy that you have given her?
Oh, hard
My
question.
God,
bro.
dude. I never even thought of it.
Ask your mother that.
Okay.
Might change your perception on not wanting to have kids.
Oh my God. Okay, that you guys, this is now become a campaign to get.
I love
Abhishek.
kids. I
No,
want
it's
kids.
not a campaign. He doesn't have a kid. I have a kid.
This is मेरी तरफ से तो है भाई. I am pro kids, pro marriage, early fat.
3 years, 5 years later, Abhishek has 10 kids on.
तो फौज लेके बैठा है. But
कोई फार्मिंग करवा रहा है. Manual labor या तेल लगाने
जरूरत
बच्चे
पड़ेगा तेरे को तो वैसे भी तो फार्म लैंड में जरूरत पड़ता है ना बच्चे पैदा करते ताकि they get more people to work, more hands. हाँ? So you should be pro children in fact.
Very interesting.
No, but seriously, have you asked your mother? You spoke about how you've seen her struggle. Do you know why she was struggling?
Because she loves me. Yeah.
Now ask her this question.
I mean, she loves me. बच्चा पैदा किया तो लव तो आ जाएगा. वो that is what I'm
नहीं
scared
ऐसा
of.
नहीं होता है भाई बच्चा पैदा हुआ तो लव ऐसा नहीं आता है अपने आप नहीं टपकता है. There are many bad parents out there in the world.
But majority, like, see, you have a son. Now, wouldn't you say? I know you were telling me that it took you a while to deepen that bond, but didn't you see your son the first moment you saw him like I love
I was
this.
there at childbirth. I
Yeah,
saw
so-
him come out.
Yeah, so wouldn't you be like I
That kind of
love
ruined,
the
other
hell
things
out
for
of
me.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
So you immediately I love this kid, right? Didn't you feel that?
No.
Huh?
No.
Then how was it? How was it?
Don't flip it over.
Good interview.
Don't flip it over. My kid probably at the age of 20, 22 is gonna see this and be like, Father, you didn't love me when I was born. He's shameless. I disown you. Probably I have enough money. He doesn't have the capacity to disown me at that time. But no, but seriously, think about it. Think about it. Have this conversation because I know the joy my child brings me.
Okay.
Yeah.
The growth that he has got in my life and how I get to relive the things that I did not get to live when I was a child.
100%. Yeah.
The things that I did not have. So I think people like you turned out to be better fathers.
Yeah, bro. Because I'm very pro kid. Like, I want to do the same thing. I want to, like, live viciously through my kid. Whatever I could not get when I was, like, 14, 15. I'm like, bro, I'm just going to spoil my child to the absolute maximum. Like, get her all the... I want to have a girl, so I'm going to get her all the, like, everything I want. Make her the gossip queen and all that jazz. I think... And I don't think there is anything apart from family. Like, everybody can say, like, oh, money, this, that. I don't think there is, like, anything. If there's no family, then there is nothing.
Now the thing is, I understand that emotion. What you guys are talking about.
Are you single? You married? You have a girlfriend?
I am single.
No girlfriend?
No girlfriend.
Okay.
Time नहीं. Time
वो
नहीं.
तो निकल जाता है फार्म में बहुत टाइम रहता है.
नहीं. You are setting up so many things. People think I'll have time 3 or 4 years later when everything is set up. Now you're just running around. Oh, this system is failing. Oh, it's a business at that point. Because 6 months में farm को monetize करना, they'll think you're mental. So you have to get everything sorted. But yeah, I understand that emotion. And you know where I'm living that emotion? Through my cats and my chicken.
Do you have a pet?
Really love it.
No, I want a dog for the longest time.
You
I want
should
a dog.
get one.
Because
man.
I want to really talk to somebody who has a dog who's they've had for and has a children. I want to really know ki, is this the same? Like, because a lot of people say ki, like, I'm living through, like, I have a dog. Is it the same?
No, I disagree. I say I love those. One day, my cat, I had 3 cats. One of my cat just disappeared for 7 days. And you will not believe I was mourning like I have lost a loved one. That's the first time I thought my cat is gone. And I'm just devastated for 7 days, crying every day. And my mom said, this guy's like as if he lost his own kid. And I felt that. And when that cat came back, I just like, my God, this cat is back. Like,
It feels like a piece of you is gone.
yeah.
And then when it comes back and when you hold it now, it feels very different.
Yeah. And that cat is just chilling. She's
That's how I like that, bro. They'll leave. And you hug them, they're like, hey, hug mat kar rahe. Kaise aaya? Yeah.
Well, I love that. And then at that time, when that cat came back, I realized that's when I had a doubt. Is a kid better than this or no? When she came back, I'm like, no. I am having that same spiritual experience with my animals that I'm having with my. I didn't want to take the farm ahead. I was like, I'm out of here. I was like, everything stopped for those 7 days. I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting and doing nothing. I'm just crying my eyes out.
Should ask him about how he turned into a vegetarian. Ask him.
Yeah.
Ask him now.
So you talked about like you can slugs आएंगे तो ducks को बुलाओ तो duck meat मिलेगा, duck egg मिलेगा. So now that you have chicken, I saw Lakshmi gave bunch of babies. Editor can put up a photo of Lakshmi, please. Okay. Will you now, Lakshmi?
No, absolutely. See, I brought chickens mainly because I'm against factory farming. I don't like factory farming. I never condoned. Is that the word? Condoned?
Yeah, condoned.
Condoned. I never condoned factory farming, but till now also I'm fine with free range. I'm not one of those violent guys like, hey, this thing, because I know a lot of people depend on for livelihood. I've seen farmers really depending. Say for example, everybody turned vegetarian the next day, you're going to ruin so many people's lives. All the people who depend on that this thing. I'm not talking about the factories that depend, but the guys who are regular farmers who depend on this, who are raising chickens for meat. So yeah, but I brought that thinking, yeah, I'm just going to have free range chickens. I'm going to have nice meat. I'm going to have eggs and all that. And then this chicken, she's brooding. I bought a chicken with 13 eggs, and then she's brooding. Every day I used to go. I'm amused. So she used to not eat. They'll say brooding chickens don't eat for about 24 hours a day. So I was just amused that if I go take a grasshopper and give it to her, will she eat? And then she just took the first grasshopper, and every day I used to catch 5-6 grasshoppers throughout the day and go give her grasshoppers. And then the 6th day, I'm just standing brushing my teeth. And then she just walks up to me. And I'm like, oh, chickens don't just walk up to you. They're very shy creatures. So she just walks up to me and she's standing there. I bend down, pick her up, and she's not screaming. She's like, this chicken loves me. And I'm like, no. And then that bond grew quicker, deeper and deeper. And then she started sitting on my shoulder. And chickens, when they hatch their chicks in free ranging, they won't let you touch them. They'll peck you. They'll drop blood. When her first chick hatched, I went to touch it and she didn't say anything. Even now, she will be fine. The chick could be shouting, screaming, but she's chill, he's not going to do anything. So she completely trusts me. And that's when I'm like, I have felt this emotion. I would love for other people to feel this. You see, if I tell people not to eat meat, they're going to get more aggressive and say, I don't want to eat more.
अब तेरा भी खाऊंगा, तेरे से भी खाऊंगा, double खाऊंगा मैं.
But that is because humans are a narrative species. I cannot come to you and say don't eat meat because you haven't felt that. And it's not, I wouldn't hold people at fault. I don't like this veganism activism. Mat khao. They haven't felt it, man. They just see it as food. Right, so I want to showcase this story, this Lakshmi story out there, and maybe people will start changing their minds. So and I'm fine with, you see, if other farmer is raising free range chicken and eating, I'm fine. I like, please, that is an industry. The chicken is happy, everybody is happy. It's food you're eating, not an issue. But personally, never. I'm never going to.
So you turned vegetarian
just
because of Lakshmi.
Right there. In fact, I don't have any. In fact, I started almost like if I tried to eat, no, I can't eat this. It's like eating your own kind at that point.
Every time you were looking at that point of time, you probably had the picture of Lakshmi in your head.
Yeah. It's just I miss the chicken. Whenever I'm, Lakshmi is not there. Every morning I go to her, I sit with her, and she sits with me. We're spending quality time together. She's eating, I'm just sitting with her. It's a bonding experience.
Wow. You got into real estate because like father passed away and you were like, yeah, I want to carry this forward.
2009 when my father passed away. So my father was an investor. He used to give finance to developers. And he used to take properties or apartments on collateral. Now, after he passed away, I had to move back. I'm the only son. I got 2 sisters. One's in Australia, the other is in Dubai. So I had to make a decision what I'm supposed to do. So I lock, stock, barrel left the US and I moved over here because my mother was alone and I didn't want to leave her alone. And my trauma that I had when my father passed away was too strong. Was too strong for me to deal with. And I didn't want to have the same thing with my mother. I wanted to be there when my mother needs me. So I moved back to Mumbai. And for the first 4 months, मेरे को कुछ पता ही नहीं था मैं करूँ क्या. I was just doing time pass. I used to go sit in the office, reach there at 12 o'clock, leave there by 5 o'clock. I used to work out in the gym for almost 2-3 hours a day. That was how I used to spend my time. Sometimes in the middle of the day, I was like, there's nothing for me to do. What am I going to do? Then I used to go to the gym for 2 hours, come back again and sit in the office again and then go back again out. So eventually I spoke to a lot of my family members and I decided that now I have to do real estate.
Okay.
And that's when I picked up brokerage. And I did not do any kind of investment because I thought if अगर मैं किधर भी पैसा डालूंगा ना तो मैं लुट जाऊंगा, डूब जाऊंगा, डुबा दूंगा पैसा.
As somebody who's already, I'm presuming if dad was doing investments and all of that, you guys were all right financially.
Yeah.
So if you guys were all right financially, like, where does the fear come from? Like, if you've already...
Losing it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be known as the son who lost his father's wealth.
Right.
You know, you can invest in Mumbai. Real estate investment is not cheap. Nothing comes below crores.
But then what if you didn't invest? Like, what if you just sat safely? You know, kept your money safe.
What kind of life is that?
Okay, so you didn't want this.
So you wanted risk, you just didn't want it to be
I wanted to be in motion. I wanted to be in action. I don't want to be sitting down and क्या करेगा मतलब आपका पैसा इधर से उधर घुमा के करूँ भी तो क्या और मेरे को पता भी होना चाहिए ना. I should know. I should have the night. But I just wanted to be safe. Like,
interesting. That's such a because your bio says second generational somebody who's taking. So my thought process because this is the first time we're meeting, I was like, oh, this guy, already has been said and you're the one who's expanding it, and to a certain degree you have done that, but very interesting where your approach is like nahi main nahi kar sakta, such different thought process that would come if I were to just look at you from a zoomed out perspective.
And no, and first thought when I saw your bio was most people who are into very successful businesses will try to hide the fact that there's a second.
Yeah.
I had so much respect that you are giving that to your family that yes, somebody built this, I'm taking it forward.
But the story is very different.
I am part of this story. I don't like people who hide it. No, my family did this. I am the.
I'm proud of my heritage, man.
Exactly.
I'm proud of my heritage.
That is what
my
it is.
father. मैं story सुनाता हूँ. In fact, the entire Kewalramani family is very big in real estate. My chacha, my dad. My dad. I'll give you a story about my chacha. He in the 60s. He must be 85, 88 years old now. And he still goes to office, still works. My chacha was the first person to come to Mumbai. My grandfather and my dadi were in Gujarat. He was the first one who actually came to Mumbai. And my chacha has told me, हाथ गाड़ी लेके हम लोग काम करते थे. वो टाइम पे गाड़ी वाड़ी नहीं होता था. हाथ गाड़ी लेके he built a business. Then he needed more people. Then he called one brother. Then he called second brother. Then he called my dad. My dad was a hustler even when he was very young. My dadi used to tell me that my dad एक का दो का चार करता था. So on the streets he used to be over there and he used to keep on hustling. So and that hustling term was considered to be like a चोरी कर रहा है वो टाइम पे. Now he wasn't doing anything wrong. पैसा घुमा रहे थे, which a lot of people do now legally. So my chacha called my father and he got him into the business over there also. So my chacha is truly the patriarch of the Kewalramani family because he's the one who got all of the 4 brothers over here and now they've blossomed into a huge family.
Wow.
So he's the one who got there. I'm very proud of my lineage. I'm proud of my father. My father was, he started his first investment in real estate also because of my chacha. We used to stay, my dad and my mom used to stay in a place in Irla. Kripanidhi, I think was the name of the complex. My chacha gifted that house to my dad.
Hard.
Gifted it. Take it. And that's from there, my dad started his journey of real estate. So I will always be indebted to my chacha and anytime and every time I get an opportunity, I go and meet up with him.
Love that, man.
So my father used to flip these properties. I have seen it. मैंने उनके field में नहीं था. But I used to see him do this on a regular basis. There was a very vivid memory I have. I must be in my mid-teens and my father, this was 95, 96 or 97. During these times only, in my mid-teens, he had gone to Andheri Lokhandwala complex where, and I just spoke about it recently at a seminar also about the same thing. that I was sitting over there. The developer was at 5,000 rupees per square feet, and my dad was at 3,500 rupees per square feet. Very well known developer. Later on, I realized that
What does that mean? Like they were competing against each other?
they were negotiating.
Okay.
They were negotiating the pricing on that. So the developer was like, we can sell this to you at 5,000. My father was like, no, I will sell it to you at 3,500. Now my father was talking about carpet. And they were also talking about carpet. That 1,500 rupees difference was a super built up difference. Now because my father came up from a different generation where most of the calculation was on carpet, and then that carpet is 20% calculation and 50% calculation. 100 रुपए का हम लोग सिर्फ 50 रुपया कैलकुलेट करते हैं. तो उसके बेसिस पे he was right on his place, but the developer also was a very well known developer, so he was at his place in his own place. So and we walked away. And then I also used to have conversations with my father that why don't you get, before he passed away in 2009, I spent some time with him, and I've seen him lose money where one developer has sold a property to 3 different people. So all of this used to happen during that time. So I've seen him struggle over there. I've seen him a lot of things. So that came to me. Whatever little glimpses. The reason why I decided to go into real estate brokerage and not the jewelry business was because the jewelry business anyways is very capital intensive. और लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि ये दिखाया ना तो मेरे को इसका variation बना के दो. So your capital is stuck. And you have to put in more capital to make that other thing.
And then you have to sell the one
That is so anyways there only.
you have to figure out the way
How
to
to sell that also, because your money is stuck in that product.
Right.
You have to sell that also. So because of that, I thought I'm going to go something with what I have abundant of, which was time. No capital is involved in brokerage. So that's why I went into the real estate brokerage, and I thought 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, I mean, I can do this, I'll understand the business, and then I can talk about investments. तो वो तो अभी तक पहुंचा ही नहीं, मैं अभी तक brokerage में हिट कर
You're
रहा हूँ.
not ever going to. Do you plan to get back into investments?
I don't mind doing investments. Now
Is it bigger money? Is investments bigger money?
See, anything that has a lot of risk is always gives you a lot more return. So the money is big, but it depends on how you invested and where you invest. But I'm still contemplating on that aspect. I got my hands full. I can't take up another stress on my hands.
Right.
Another vertical on my hand.
Would you say you're the biggest in your family right now?
Biggest in what way?
Like your chacha was into real estate, you are also in real estate, papa was also real estate. They all come.
No, my chacha's business is not real estate.
Okay.
Secondary thing is, real estate is a secondary thing.
Acha, so chacha is still a big okay.
Yeah, for him, real estate is a secondary thing.
Okay.
What was he doing? What is his main?
They are into copper wiring.
Copper wiring. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did he get into copper wiring?
That is a different story, man. I have zero idea about that. I never asked him about that, but maybe at that point of time, that was the demand that he was in.
Manufacturing or trade?
No, manufacturing, full rolling, everything. They have a place in Andheri East, MIDC.
Okay, so
They have an entire building over there of their own.
Came to Mumbai and now he's like a copper manufacturing.
Now
king.
the son takes care of it. My cousin takes care of it.
It's just crazy. Whenever a lot of people will tell me, they're rich, this family is. I'm like, there is a history behind it, man. Just look into that. Someone who are there took a massive risk, and that's why they're there.
It's the same thing with influencing. People think, oh, you have 1.1 million followers, you have 800,000 followers, you have X amount of followers. But then they don't realize that we all started from zero. You were telling about someone with another gentleman that you were friends with. Both of you all started about 200, 300.
Yeah. Ajay. Carrie.
Yeah. Carrie Minati,
Yeah, Carrie Minati started with like, bro, that guy is insane. That's
nobody
what
thinks about Carrie Minati. Uske paas kabhi 300 followers.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody thinks about
No,
that.
I've seen Carrie. This is such a, like, I always tell this story to the students as well. Like, you guys think that, oh, he's this, he's that. I remember Carrie and I used to sit on Skype and used to talk about just Jack all day. And there was a point in time where he was in 12th and he was going on a trip. And it was a 7-day trip. In those 7 days, he had planned already 9 long forms that were going to go. हसल लॉन्ग फॉर्म. अभी हम लोग को शॉर्ट फॉर्म निकालने में हमारी हवा टाइट हो जाती है. और ये डेली शॉर्ट फॉर्म कैसे निकालेंगे? There was a man, 17-year-old kid, 9 videos in 7 days, long form, and he was murdering it. Next level respect for that dude, bro. Insane.
तो ये बैकग्राउंड किसी को नहीं मालूम होता है. वो लोग को सिर्फ फ्रंट दिखता है. कितनी मेहनत जाती है. हम लोग जो प्रॉपर्टी शोकेस करते हैं, बिफोर वी एक्चुअली गो टू शोकेस अ प्रॉपर्टी, देयर इज सो मच बैकग्राउंड दैट गोस. There are step after step after step after step qualification. First you have to see, when you say if you want to buy a property, if you want to sell your property, then the first step is you have to fill a form. Then a team will go see the property. Then we have a talk about the pricing of the property. Then if they say that yes, you want to showcase this property on social media, there is another recce of this. Prerit from my team, he goes, he sees the property, we collect the documents of the property before to make sure that everything is, the person who's filled the form is the person who's actually the owner of the property. Then we see the documents, we find out what is there behind it. On the day of the shoot, an hour before we go over there, we give the owners instructions. You have to clean the house, you have to make sure everything is fine. If there is any things that need to be touched up, we tell them that is there. So many times our shoots are cancelled because the instructions are not followed. मैं शूट ही नहीं करता, मैं बोलता आई नीड अ गुड प्रॉपर्टी एंड देन आई स्पीक टू द ओनर ऑल्सो एंड टेल देम लुक just because I'm shooting it like this does not mean that after I'm gone it's all shit hits the ceiling. You have to maintain it the way it is. You have to show it to the client the way it is, otherwise it's not going to sell. I am not just a real estate agent ungli dikha ke chale jayega. I am also an advisor. I also explain to you that this is the best way to sell a property. I learned all of this. US में भी मैं बैठता था ना, मैं बेचता था डायमंड्स दिन में, लेकिन 6 बजे 7 बजे के बाद में I used to go on their classifieds and I used to look at properties. I have hours and hours and hours of time where I used to just search at properties and I used to see, oh, this property is $300,000. This property is $400,000. This I saw 2 years ago. It was selling for $180,000. Now it's selling for $280,000. Wow, it's completely done up. So I have properties, knowledge about properties over continents. Australia, my sister is there. When I go visited her back in 2011, I used to go day, nothing to do. She's gone to her job. My brother-in-law has gone to her job. The kids gone to the school. I used to go to developers and used to see properties. This is back in 2011, 2012. Then Dubai, when I used to go 2016, 17, I had explored the entire Dubai market. सब डेवलपर्स के पास गया था, सब शो यूनिट्स देखा था. फिर यूएस में मैंने घर देखे थे.
Just what? Go to just a new country and just knock on the developer's door?
Yeah, I want to see.
Oh, okay.
And they'd be like, chill.
So you're coming like a customer? Or
no, sometimes I used to tell them that, I want to take a look at the property. I'm an agent from India and I want to see, I want to explore.
Right.
Is it a possibility for me to sell a property which is in US or which is not US, a property which is in Australia or in Dubai for me to show to a client? ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं झूठ बोल के चले जाता था. मैं बोलता था कि मैं एजेंट हूँ, मेरे को देखने का है. And then I used to come back and I used to pitch to my clients also, but I never had any success.
Okay.
To sell to local people over there. They also used to be like, कौन है, कल का बंदा है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का प्रॉपर्टी मेरे को बेच रहा है. तो I used to face that. But that added to my experience.
Right.
That added to knowing that this is how they show a property. Even in the US for resale properties, which are second owner, third owners, उसमें मैं जाता था ना तो agents लोग को दिखता था. There used to be an open house concept, which I'm trying to bring over here. I've done couple of them. There is an open house where on a Sunday from say 10 o'clock till 6 o'clock, the doors are open. Anybody can walk in and walk out. So I used to go for those open houses. And I used to see how they're staging the house. And I used to talk to the agents. And I used to tell them, is this the furniture that you're going to get? No, like, no, this is not the furniture. This is just staged. So that's how I try to bring that culture over here to realize कि भाई ऐसे नहीं बिकता है.
That's why I think you have that line, जो दिखता है वो मिलता है.
That's where it comes from.
Nice. And this the same thing in English is what you see is what you get. That is in the coding language. In a coding, if WYS IWYG I think is in the coding language. I had US में बहुत सारे अपने दोस्त लोग थे, सब जॉब के लिए आते थे. So they used to, and
what you see is what you
get. They used to say, because in coding there was a certain in HTML certain aspects, if you used to drag something and put it over there, it used to be there only.
Right,
so it's like what you see is what you get software.
Right.
So I just kind of adapted it to real estate.
Right. It stuck with me. Like when you told me this immediately, like, oh, that's why he kept saying, "वो जो दिखता है."
And it is true.
It's true.
Because I go to the owners और मैं वो लोग को बोलता हूँ कि भाई ये जो भी दिख रहा है सब दोगे ना? हाँ आप सब लेके जाओ. मैं कटलरी हाँ, ये चम्मच हाँ, पक्का लॉक कर दिया जाए. They say yes. Then it's only then I say that.
Right. They see the full product.
Yeah.
It's like you never buy a car and they're like, अरे mirrors नहीं मिलता, wheels नहीं मिलता, just for the show we're giving you.
Correct.
And everything else is like
accessories अलग मिलते हैं. वो when they show you a test car, they tell you that इसमें this is not the model, but this is the top end model. They tell you, they'll disclose that to you. So the same thing, even when I show developers की units में जब दिखाता हूँ तो मैं बोलता हूँ this is a show unit. You will not get it like this. I say it specifically. This is a show unit.
Are you the biggest real estate broker person in country
Ukas
right
has
now?
been behind him for this all. Before this, he's going on. Is he the biggest? We have to get it out.
What is the answer that will make you happy?
I mean, I want to know how am I amongst the juggernauts? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Yeah?
You are among the juggernauts. The yes is for the juggernauts.
Awesome.
It's the juggernaut. Am I the topmost? I don't know. I would like to think, but I don't think so.
How much money would a topmost real brokerage person make?
Yes.
Crores and crores and crores. There are bigger players than me, man. There are
What's
way
the
bigger
number?
players.
What's the number?
100 crores?
200, 300.
I think 100 crores.
Easy.
200 crores easy.
Easy, man. There is one broker who had sold 400 crores worth of inventory in a year. In 8 months.
How the do you do that?
And how much do you get?
How the do you sell 400 crores worth? Who the buying this kind of shit, man?
Not one property.
Yeah, but the
I have a
inventory.
portfolio of 400 crores and he sold 400 crores worth of property in a year.
Now, how much do you get from that? You sold that? What's
1%, I'm presuming.
1%?
No, it depends. It can be negotiated from. It can even go down to 0.5%. It goes down to. It could go to almost 6% in city like Mumbai.
Okay.
So if I were to sell, let's say, 100 crores worth of property, I'll get 6 crores.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is in the best case scenario in Mumbai. Normally, it's around 2%, 1% is the average range that you can look at.
Damn.
Now, there is a whole chain of things also that happen. Outside Mumbai that you go, you can get up to, it starts at like 4% and almost goes up to 12%. If you go into smaller tier cities also, you can go to 15%.
Wow.
15%
Oh.
of everything that you sell. That
But
means
then the
85% goes to
cost
the
is
owner.
lower, yeah.
80, only 85% goes to the owner.
But the cost is lower, right?
Correct.
Yes, that's
So they have to incentivize someone. No?
Yeah, right.
अगर 25 lakh का समझो, if someone is buying a plot at 25 lakhs, at 1% that guy is gonna make what, 25,000? How much is it? 10% is 2.5. Yeah, 25,000 rupees.
Yeah, right.
It's not that, and it takes around 3 months, 4 months for the person to buy. It's not that it's like, हाँ ये ले 25 lakh हो गया.
And they have overheads, they have marketing, they're roaming around, they have living expenses. Yeah,
So
right.
so that's why they incentivize.
What is the highest amount of properties that you have sold in a month?
I'm not gonna answer that. People, lot of
Is
people,
it double digits?
People, double digit of what?
Like, is it double? Like, is it?
I am not going to answer that. That is a question that everybody asks me. I'm not going to answer that.
Why wouldn't you answer it? If you're, why wouldn't you want that number to be out there?
Finances and money.
Okay.
No, but nobody's asking you how much of the property. You can say 25 and each of them can be
I
just-
have a big portfolio of properties.
Okay.
From say 25 lakhs and goes up to almost 500 crores. At one point of time, I used to have a property which was 1,312 crores for sale.
Juggernauts.
What was this project? What was this?
Juggernaut.
It was half
पार्लियामेंट बेच रहे हैं भाई 1012 क्या है ये?
No, it was half a building. It was half a building in BKC.
Oh,
This
fuck.
half a building is
Yeah.
costing a
Mumbai
1,000.
prices are insane. You think
That
they
is
can?
almost like that's coming to an extent. What is a billion? It's about 8 crore, 8,000
8,000.
crores.
8,000 crores. 8,500.
Wow, no,
No, but this was not. This was not now. No, this was at that time. It must be at dollar must be what 60, 65.
So it's about 1/6 of $1 billion. Just one single.
So $200 million.
Like it's just one block. Just
Half. It's one block.
So it's all in one place. 1,000 crores is just sitting in one place.
Wow, what an insane.
Blows the mind.
Mumbai real estate is mad. Mumbai real estate is a different world.
But isn't it like shrinking now? What is like the perception outside on the market is just like the Mumbai thing is shrinking. You should not be buying it. All that jazz is going on.
People are still buying. People see.
How often are people buying? Because I'm not dealing with 200 crore things. I know people are buying, let's say 10,000 rupees ki cheese on a daily 1,000 times. What is like the ratio like there? How many properties are being sold? Like
There is data. There is so much data from the registrar office that you can get. So much data you can get. There are thousands of houses that are being sold. Every quarter you can say 50,000, 80,000, 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh flats are being sold at an average price of say even 2 crores. 1 crore you can catch an average. See so the last data that I have, almost 70% of the deals that happen in that central suburb. Vikhroli, Bhandop, Kanjurmarg, almost 70%, and that Borivali, Kandivali, that stretch, Dahisar stretch. So these are properties which are ranging from say 55, 70 lakhs going up to 3.5 crores. Then you have the balance 20 to 30% coming from the premium suburbs of Andheri, Juhu, Bandra, South Mumbai, Kolaba, Worli, because the quantum is big over there. So you can say that percentage wise most is there. Most is coming from that lower ticket item. But if you calculate the number, the money that is actually coming, they'll probably be equal. इधर 20 ट्रांजैक्शन होते होंगे वो 200 करोड़ में होते होंगे, इधर 200 ट्रांजैक्शन होते होंगे 200 करोड़ के. So the money is pretty much split that much, because उधर एक घर अगर if average price if you go to see in the suburbs is roughly about 45,000 to 65,000 rupees की range में पड़ता है. In this
square foot per
per square foot.
Okay.
Per square foot. So that is something which is very big.
Yeah, it's
As compared to you go to the northern suburbs, is 18,000, 20,000, 22,000, 25, 28,000.
बैंगलोर में देख रहा ना 5,000 ज्यादा 5,000 हम लोग एक देखने गए थे 5,000 पर स्क्वायर फीट ऐसा कुछ था.
कभी Bangalore? That's okay.
बैंगलोर में I was like,
I have this question. Yeah, please. You were
so
saying.
this is like I went to the Bangalore and I went to like Varun's place for the first time and I was like, wow, क्या घर है, इसका प्राइस तो बहुत होगा, 8-9 करोड़ तो होगा ही. And then the reality hit me because I'm just born brought up in Mumbai, not born but brought up in Mumbai. तो लाइक कि उन्होंने मेरे को बोला कि 1 करोड़ में प्रॉपर्टी मिलेगी. एंड आई वाज लाइक वेट, ये इतना सस्ता कैसे है? एंड वो लोग बोल रहे थे मेरे को कि नहीं ब्रो, दिस इज लाइक द मोर ऑन द एक्सपेंसिव साइड ऑन बैंगलोर. बट puts things into perspective how expensive Mumbai real estate is.
My friend had a house in Bangalore, Coxtown. He had a duplex, some 3,000-4,000 square feet का घर था, 3-4 कार पार्किंग था, टॉप के 2 फ्लोर उसके थे, 4 करोड़ का था.
Okay.
Wow.
He sold it for some 4 crores, 25 lakhs or something, like before he moved to the US.
How much would that cost in Mumbai? Say something.
The same thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
25?
30
Easy.
crores. 25
Easy.
crores.
Easy. 25 crores. Easy. 50,000 rupees into 4,000 is 20 crores right there.
Okay.
Then you add the premium of a terrace, premium of a parking. Easy.
Now I have this question. See, in Hyderabad, Bangalore, and cities like Chennai, they pretty much look alike. Like that's what I have seen. This is the first time I've been in Mumbai, and Mumbai looks different. Like I've come here, and then immediately after I came out of the if you could hit me, I was telling him, if you hit someone on the head and either put them in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai, they wouldn't be able to guess immediately which city they're in.
I like the analogies you use. You're a little bit
Like
violent.
putting them in gunny bag and
He's talking about destroying an entire human race slowly, and now he's like hit someone in the head. Dude, बड़ा क्या एनालॉजीज यूज करता है तू यार. एनीवेज, सर फोड़ दिया तूने किसी इंसान का और उसको तूने उसको किडनैप करके दूसरे शहर में डाल दिया.
Which share are you in now?
क्या वायलेंट है. कभी लाइफ में अपने को स्पॉन्सर्स नहीं मिलेगा इसके लिए.
so they won't be able to tell.
They won't be able to tell. So I immediately, that was the first thing I got from Mumbai, that this city looks different. Okay. Now there are a bunch of things about it. Now I was in the cab, I was asking the driver, I was just having a conversation with him, and he was like,
सर फोड़ दिया उसका.
अमनीशिया दे दिया बेचारे को.
मतलब
बोलिया वो
ये वायलेंट इंसान कैसा करता है.
फार्मर है.
फार्मर है. यू फीड द नेशन.
पेड़ वेड़ के बारे में बात करना चाहिए. तू कैसे बात कर रहा है भाई?
ये अच्छा है. 5 एकड़ 7 एकड़ की जमीन में ऐसे उसको लॉक कर दो. मैं तो बोलता हूँ बाहर से लॉक करना चाहिए इसको.
Intrusive thought.
Blood let his intrusive thought win.
He told me Mumbai pretty much has one line, and there is east and west, right? Why is that? Bangalore, Hyderabad don't have this.
आपने मैप देखा है?
No, I have not seen.
खोलो मैप गूगल मैप्स. एक साइड पे क्या है अपने मुंबई शहर के?
Sea. The sea is there.
हाँ तो किधर जाएगा?
Oh, that's the geography. You're saying the geography is the reason why it's like that.
Where are we supposed to go? Any major city, if you see from time immemorial, every major city in the world is an island. Why? It has a sea, an ocean.
Yeah, right.
The only way to move things from one place to another place was through sea.
Yeah.
Ports.
Yeah. Ports. Yeah. Okay.
So मुंबई उस वजह से तो मेजर बना. दोनों साइड पे समुंदर है उसका. There's an eastern seaboard, there's a western sea.
Yeah.
तो इधर कुछ है नहीं, इधर कुछ है नहीं, तो जाने का ऐसे ही तो जाएंगे ना. We can only go north south.
So that's why there's
And we
this-
can go east.
So, but why is the East? Correct me if I'm wrong. The East is more premium, right? Or West?
West.
West. Why is that? That West is more premium.
But that is no more. Now because of the population and density, people are now, they don't really care much. There are a lot of people who want West, but those are old school. Abhi wo bhi time khatam ho gaya. People have just reached a saturation ke bhai, I just want a good home. It doesn't really matter. They want a gated community.
Okay.
Or they want a place where they can be, they have like you said, ecosystem. बच्चे लोग को खेलना है, बुजुर्ग को नीचे जाना है to mingle, then upstairs they can go up, like straight take the elevator and go home.
Right.
So they want all of that. So now that disparity is not as much as it was before.
Okay.
And I'm presuming the interoperability has gotten so good where I can live in Navi Mumbai and I can come to Mumbai within like 1.5 hours. So that has also just reduced the prices or like matched the prices, I suppose.
No, every place has its own ecosystem, has its own demand and supply. So Navi Mumbai is, believe it or not, the price in Navi Mumbai on that Palm Beach Road is 1.5 lakh rupees per square feet for a commercial property.
Holy shit.
That is the same price which is there on Linking Road, which is like prime Mumbai.
Yeah, center of.
Yeah, what do you call it? High Street, they call it.
Yeah.
High Street. The same prices over there. 1,25,000, 1,50,000. The rentals are pretty much the same over there because the local population consumption demand is there over there. Now, in Mumbai, just you said north-south is there. Now, so you have to go north-south. And it's split east and west. So now, in fact, I tell a lot of people that in case agar aapko west mein nahi jamta, aap east mein jao. It is slightly less, but you will have more comfort of life. Your highway is right there. You want to go to Chembur, you want to go to Lonavala, you want to go to South Mumbai, and if you can just reach there within 30 to 45 minutes, traffic permitting. Now, if you are in the west, then it takes you longer time to go to a certain part. They are trying to build a lot of infrastructure in the city to connect it left and right, up and down, everywhere, from the metro, from the bridges, from the underground tunnels. They're trying to build all of that, but it will take a long time. Because every time they build something, you are 25 years behind. This C-Link was initiated first in 1967 and they built it in 2011, 2012 and they're going to extend it now. So all of these things, BKC ka inception, Bandra Kurla complex ka inception was passed in the development plan. It was passed in the 70s and BKC was made after 40 years. In 2011, 2012, 15, 16 is when it started becoming prominent. Go to BKC now. It's very well planned out. Now, it's planned out very well, but now again, there is so much congestion.
Okay.
If you leave Bandra Kurla complex at around 5 o'clock, which is the office going time, you are done.
Done.
It will take you 40 minutes, 45 minutes to get out of BKC. There are so many bottlenecks in this city that the growth aspect is very, very difficult and it's a very dense, मतलब सब जगह building है.
Right.
किधर जाएगा?
Yeah.
South Mumbai still is better planned as compared to North. Like Bandra and this side is not as well planned as South Mumbai. In fact, I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
One of my friends, I was talking to you about my politician friends.
Yeah.
He had told me almost 5-6 years back. This was when Nariman Point and South Mumbai was seeing a depression in commercial. There was a huge depression in commercial, 15, 16, 17. Nobody wanted to be there. Everybody was moving to BKC. Newer buildings, newer offices, nice infrastructure. And Nariman Point was the same old aspect, it's in the corner of the city. So there was a lot of downfall in property rates. He told me, Ravi, all of the new things that are happening is going to bring this back in prominence. Just give it some time. Because of all the bridges. He had spoken to me about the Mumbai Trans Harbour Link Road, which is connecting Shivri all the way up to Panvel, Navi Mumbai. He told me at that point of time, that is going to change the whole aspect. Now, that time we always used to think, bhai, ye jab banega tab dekha jayega. We cut forward, cut short almost 8-9 years now. It is completely transformed. And he told me that the people in South Mumbai, especially the politicians, are very worried. Ki bhai, we are seeing a downfall in the property. We can't let the city, the main city, lose value. So they bought in a lot of these infrastructure changes to bring connectivity back.
Okay.
And now you can see a resurgence back in South Mumbai. It's again seeing record prices. So all of these things do make a difference.
Okay.
And like you were saying, the disparity is less. Yes, that is true also.
It's true. Is Mumbai becoming? Yeah, tell me.
Mumbai kya?
No, so the cab driver told me the Mumbai is a very judgmental city. Like they'll judge you where you live. Is that true?
No,
No, it's not.
Mumbai is not judgmental.
I fully disagree. I love Mumbai local trains. आपको उधर लोकल ट्रेन में आपको एक बंदा मिलेगा जो 7 करोड़ भी कमाता है.
Okay.
आपको एक बंदा मिलेगा जो 70 लाख कमाता है.
Wow.
आपको एक बंदा मिलेगा जो 7 लाख कमाता है. तीनों भी फर्स्ट क्लास की टिकट पे बैठ के लोकल के इस पे बैठ के आप जा रहे हैं.
Wow.
As somebody who's traveled like
किसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता इधर मुंबई में किसी को टाइम ही नहीं है. वो लोग बोलते भाई मेरे को पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी पहुंचा, मेरे को मेरा काम करने दे
Right.
और बाकी तू अपना काम कर, मेरे को परेशान मत कर.
Bro, the biggest cultural shock that I had when I moved from Mumbai to Bangalore is like about this only, because Mumbai people are just like, listen, I wanna get to things done, right? So I'll come, and these guys have like insane like minute calculation going on in a, because I can say it because I used to catch 8:14 की ट्रेन पकड़ के स्कूल पहुंचना रहता था. You get up, you get ready, whatever, you go down, there's a tapri, you'll tell the tapri एक चाय, you'll go straight, there will be a vada pav, you'll get the vada pav, you'll come back, there will be the chai ready, it will be kind of warm, you'll drink it, you'll eat, you'll leave, there will be a train done.
Wow.
I went to Mumbai, I went to Bangalore, and I came down, okay? And see, Bangalore has its own charm. I love the city, the weather is beautiful, I operate my company from it, but
Only weather. Basically, you'll only say weather.
no, I love the city. I think the people are beautiful, right? But what has happened, I'll tell you, okay? So I get up, I go down, and there's a tapri, and I go, उधर एक भाई बैठा है, मैं बोलता भैया एक चाय लगा दो, ठीक है? And I go आगे, मेरा उधर कुछ चिप्स दिखता है, मैं चिप्स लाता हूँ, and then वापस आता हूँ और वो आदमी मुझे देख रहा है, and then once I'm like भैया चाय, हाँ, फिर वो एक दूध निकालेगा, फिर वो कट करेगा, फिर वो, and he's making it in front of me, and I was like, wait, what is happening? And I realized,
Reddy.
oh no, he's not in the wrong. I am in the wrong.
You came from
Mumbai has ruined me. Mumbai is just so hyper optimized because we are always like कि bro धंधा करना है अभी. Like in Bangalore, people close their shop post 7.
Right,
Yeah, they'll
right.
close it in दोपहर में. Like, and मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था कि wait, why are you closing shop at 7? Why are you closing shop at 8? तुम्हें पैसे नहीं कमाने क्या? And it's just like, this is the culture, and I realized, oh, this is the culture world, मतलब इंडिया के थ्रू आउट, it's just मुंबई है, वो एक अलग पीस है जिनके यहाँ पे 12 बजे पे भी अगर वो बंदा, it has been happened so many times कि शटर बंद हो रहा है, and I've just entered, and उसने फिर से शटर खोल दिया है, फिर से लाइट ऑन की है, मुझे वापस सर्व किया है, फिर शटर बंद करके चला गया है. This is not a behavior that you see outside of Mumbai, which is why I absolutely adore the city. Like the people who want to work are like you'll just make it if you are open to working. You'll make it in Mumbai one way or another.
Nice.
The attitude of Mumbai, I'm not talking about anything else, but the attitude of Mumbai is very similar to the attitude of New York.
Yeah, bro.
Very similar.
Okay.
If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, bro.
Now I have a question. See, in my beginning career, somebody had offered me a job in Mumbai as a senior designer, and they were like 10 lakhs denge CTC. And I was considering it, and I started looking up the living situation.
Cost of living.
Yeah, I started living up. I was living in Bangalore that time, and if you pay like 7,000-8,000 rupees in the outskirts, एक अच्छा सा एक 1 BHK room with a hall, kitchen, and everything, a private thing. Okay, I was like, okay, 10 lakhs is fine. Let me just go. And over here, 9,000 में एक छोटा सा बेड on corner में.
Yeah.
I'm like, that time I questioned is it worth it? So I'm asking you this: is it worth it for somebody? The salaries are similar to Bangalore. That's what I figured. When especially someone who's starting off, salaries are similar, but the living conditions, like I have to live with 9 other people. I remember still 9,000 rupees में एक छोटा सा bed आएगा. And that is my personal space. And in that same room, there are 3 more people. And in that house, there are 9 people. Now I'm like, is it worth it? I'm asking you this question. Would somebody, for me, personally, it wouldn't be worth it, but say somebody else.
I look at it in a different aspect.
Okay, tell me.
I don't look at it from a money aspect.
Okay.
I look at it from an exposure aspect.
Okay.
What kind of exposure are you going to get?
Okay.
While sitting in Bangalore and sitting in Mumbai, what kind of exposure do you want to have? What kind of life you want to live?
Okay.
मैं आपकी जगह पे होता था. I've already lived in Bangalore. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. I've experienced this. let me see what Mumbai is about.
Okay.
All right. Now you might, the cost of living is the same, the income is the same. वो क्या है PPP, price parity, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is very.
It's the same. It doesn't matter if it's this price.
No,
parity,
in Bangalore you're going to save more money, right? Because your rent is going to be less as compared to Mumbai.
Exactly.
And that is going to take a chunk of your money anyways. Eating out might be the same, food and everything else.
Uber is the same.
Everything is going to be the same. The major chunk is the living situation, the living scenario.
True.
So you can always try to compromise and see what kind of exposure you get. It depends on how flexible you are and what you want to show on your resume at the end of the day.
Okay.
So for all the young people who are getting an opportunity, this is a very valid question. It is what kind of an exposure you want, what kind of job you are getting. Is it going to be better than what you're doing now? Is it going to be more, you're going to learn, more you're going to see, more people you're going to meet? At the end of the day, if you go to see, we get a lot of clients from all over India looking for property in Mumbai for rent. अभी रेंट पे वो लोग आते हैं, घुमा फिरा के वो लोग का फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन तो यही है ना, मुंबई है. फाइनेंशियल इंडस्ट्री का कैपिटल मुंबई. तो प्रॉपर्टी प्राइसेस का फाइनल है मुंबई. योर प्रेस्टीज, योर ऑल द अदर डेवलपर्स, पूर्वांकरा एंड एवरीवन, दे ऑल कम टू मुंबई.
Right.
Because they see there is a lot of money. Pune mein there's Kolte Patil developers, they came to Mumbai.
Right.
So all of them come to Mumbai because the property prices are there. Was it worth it for you or not? That is something, a question that it's a personal question.
For me, it was not worth it. But say another. So what I'm getting from you is, if say there was another graphic designer and he wanted to become a massive poster designer in Bollywood, coming to Mumbai, taking that job, getting that exposure would be the right move.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and in Mumbai, bro, like you will meet like I said, वो आपको 7 करोड़ वाला बंदा मिल जाएगा ट्रेन में. And I'm like, people are like maybe are thinking it's a joke. It's not a joke. I'm telling you, you'll find हर एक बिल्डिंग में कोई 2 मिलियनेयर बैठे रहेंगे, हर एक बिल्डिंग में इनके पास 10 करोड़ पड़ा रहेगा. And you can just go and openly go and you can talk to them and you'll get that time. सब लोग धड़क करके अपने लोकल ट्रेन में बैठे. आप क्या करते हो? अच्छा 4 एडवाइस पूछ लोगे, वो दे भी देंगे भाई. इट इज लाइक दैट. मुंबई इज इनक्रेडिबल एट दैट.
Great. I've seen.
Bro.
See, you're telling me this. I didn't believe what I've experienced in the morning until you told me this. Because see, I'm a guy who, one is I don't like spending too much money. I am very like this thing. So I'm
Frugal.
Like,
You're frugal.
I'm frugal, yeah. I'm like, is it worth it? Like, I'm here for one night. Do I really need a spacious place? I want one place to crash. So I'm seeing hotel rooms around. I'm seeing 10, 11, 12. I'm like, hey, what do I need? So
Next time you can stay in my house. I have a separate house just for guests.
Okay. Thank you.
नाइस. मिल गया ब्रो.
Setting हो गया.
I have a nice 3-bedroom house in Shu.
Okay.
Fully done up with everything. It's my party pack.
Oh wow. Okay. Now.
तेरे को 10,000 11,000 भी नहीं खर्चा करना है, कंजूस.
So I'm like, now in Hyderabad, I'll get 1,500. I'll get a nice hotel room. Then I'm like, now I need to spend only that much. I'm only here for that much. And I found this solo, some place where you have 8 people in a room, but nicely done. I'm like, okay, comfortable hai, clean hai. This is where I'm going to go. I went there. Now I'm sitting and eating breakfast there. It's a 1,170 rupees ka room. Breakfast included. I'm like,
This is where you're staying right now.
yeah. I'm like, done. And my life is set in Mumbai. Now I'm sitting there. There's a guy typing on his laptop, and I start a conversation with him. He's running a marketing agency, and then he's talking about his how much you guys making, this, that, and he's like, he's doing something for Intel. He's doing something for Godrej. I'm like, you guys are making great. And he's like, yeah. And my question is like, why are you staying here? I'm frugal, asshole. But you, what's with you sharing a room with 8 other people? Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
They just want it done.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much is it. Because in Hyderabad, if something is there, they're all just either not making very good money or this thing. Here there's a guy who's doing amazing work. He's there in Mumbai. Just
Yeah. But it's also because of the public transport and all of these structures are so, I don't know if it's well designed or if it's just like
It's functional.
Yeah.
It's functional.
क्योंकि आपके पास मर्सिडीज भी है ना, तो भी अगर आप पनवेल से मुंबई जाने की कोशिश करोगे, आप खुद कंसीडर करोगे कि छोड़ भाई लोकल ट्रेन पकड़ लेता हूँ.
मैं गया था विरार, मैं शूट करने गया था, फंचो के साथ शूट करने गया था, तो मैं बोला भाई ये 3 घंटा लगेगा गाड़ी में, छोड़ इधर एसी ट्रेन है, जाते हैं अपन। एसी ट्रेन जैसे बोला 11-12 को एसी ट्रेन आएगा, 11-12 का 11-13-14 हुआ, बैठे अंदर 40 मिनट्स आई वाज देयर इन विरार, शूट किया, शूट करके रिटर्न आ गए थे हम लोग। कितना 4 बजे तक मैं घर पे वापस आ गया था। यही गाड़ी में होता था ना तो मेरे को सुबह को निकलना पड़ता था, 11 बजे निकलता था, 3 बजे पहुंचता था, शूट करता था, घर पे आते आते थक जाता, हटा सावन की घटा।
यार ब्रो मुंबई में मर्सिडीज लेके फायदा ही नहीं है, तुम लोग ले लोगे फिर भी तुमको उधर स्टेशन के उधर पार्क करके लोकल ट्रेन पकड़नी पड़ेगी।
बेस्ट है वो। अपने को सी मुंबई में टाइम इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो वही वैल्यू करते हैं हम।
राइट
Wow.
You jump into also a lot of things. I see you jump into your river and eat mud and all kinds of things.
Yeah. That's fun. I mean, I've always
Side hobby.
Yeah, not side. That's what I want to do. They tell me like, oh, don't walk barefoot. I get a lot of comments and messages. Don't walk barefoot. ये scorpion काट लेगा. Hook. अरे काटने दो यार, थोड़ा सा जीने दो मुझे.
सही बात है, थोड़ा painful, very masochist kind of personality. थोड़ा खून निकालने दो मेरा।
I'm not doing it for pleasure. It's like, होता तो होता।
Are you sure? Have you tried? Seems like you like pleasure and pain is the same thing for you.
No.
Pain equals to pleasure, pleasure equals to pain. Ooh, baby.
It's like you jump into it. You have 10,000. Is there a snake there? Is there? अरे होता है तो होता है. Jump and see, मजा आ रहा है।
Nice bro.
मेरे को पूछना है कुछ और क्या हो गया मेरा काम? क्या रियल एस्टेट के बारे में और कुछ क्यूरियोसिटी है?
It's nice. A good perspective. Definitely somebody who gave me an insight of what Mumbai is. I'm an outsider in Mumbai. I was always a little averse.
This is your first time in Mumbai, no?
First time in Mumbai. I was always a little averse. I was like, oh, cost of living. Oh my God, the hustle culture. Oh. But you guys like.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's the best of everything. You get everything.
Yeah.
You get the good, the bad, and the ugly in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Everything you get to see. The guy, if you get an opportunity and stand at a signal, you will see a 7-year-old, 8-year-old child who will be happy with nothing.
Right.
And then you will have a guy sitting right next to you in a Mercedes with a
Yeah.
that also is there. So you get everything.
If you want to study humans as a species, Mumbai is
Yeah,
where you
Mumbai is beautiful. You'll see weirdest.
Sit at a coffee shop and just observe people
come. Okay.
peacefully.
चल रहा है और क्या भीड़ भाई, और सबके सपने और सब तोड़ते रहते हैं भाई, बहुत क्रेजी सीन है मुंबई इज इनसेन।
City of dreams or city of broken dreams? Which one would you say?
और सिटी ऑफ ड्रीम्स 100%। मुंबई ने इतना दिया है भाई, लोगों को पूछो मत, बहुत किया है भाई मुंबई ने लोगों के लिए, और लोगों ने मुंबई के लिए भी। लाइक पीपल लव मुंबई, वी स्वेयर बाय द
You love it or you hate it. There's no in between.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
no in between. Absolutely nothing.
And some people who love it also at times hate it, but then
Okay.
they go back to loving it. सब
Human
चलते रहते हैं।
nature. This is Mumbai is human.
Mumbai is like the बोलते हैं ना कि a city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
For me it was such a common thing until again like I said I decided to go out.
एक मैं गया था, नवी मुंबई गया था किसी का मीटिंग करने के लिए, तो at around 9 o'clock we reached. My meeting was at around 10:30, so we reached maybe an hour early only. I thought चलो ठीक है, स्टेशन के बाजू में है नवी मुंबई, कोई तो स्टेशन में थे, जाके देख के आते, उधर कुछ होगा, खाते नाश्ता वास्ता खा लेते, चाय पीते, कुछ भी नहीं खुला था। मॉल के बाहर स्टेशन तक कुछ खुला ही नहीं था। बोला ये क्या है, 9-9:30 बजे, ये तो दिन दहाड़े है, तो ये तो नथिंग वाज ओपन।
Okay.
And अपने लिए 9 PM I'm presuming.
9 PM is like bloody afternoon
Yeah,
over here, man.
bro. 9 PM में बंद कौन करता है? 9 PM में तो सब चालू रहता है।
5:30 in the morning there is a line for idli.
Wow.
5:30 in the morning there's a line for idli. You go to Madras Cafe, you go to Ramanayak or any of these other places, 5:30 they're dishing out like
And bro, the speed, like I'm telling you, actually go to any because you're from South India, just go to any South Indian place and just see the speed that these guys operate at.
Oh,
it is insane. They're like, मतलब डोसा यूं ready होता है bro.
Wow.
It's like done.
the business model is only table churning.
Wow.
And I'll tell you one more thing.
Yeah, tell me.
UDP restaurants in Mumbai, you might think that they don't care about their quality.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
take it personally.
Okay.
They take it personally. If you go to any UDP restaurant और बोला कि सर मेरे को ये इडली पसंद नहीं आया, इसमें बराबर नहीं है, अच्छा क्या प्रॉब्लम है, दिखाओ मेरे को, लेगा, खुद चखेगा, देखेगा सही है कि नहीं, अगर नहीं लगा ना उसको, वो जाके रिटर्न करेगा और अपने शेफ को बोलेगा ठीक कर इसको. UDP restaurants, these old school South Indian restaurants, they are very particular about it.
Go to the restaurant and be like कि मैं साउथ इंडियन हूँ, मुझे आपका ये खिला के दिखाओ. Bro, they are going to like put their heart and soul and you'll see. रप रेडी करके देंगे और देखो तू मतलब तू you will just appreciate the way they are running the whole operation. It's like 2 seconds में ready.
I have two friends, two very dear friends. One is a owner of a restaurant, South Indian restaurant, a good chain from the family itself. उसको वो मेरे को सामने से फोन करके, उसको जगह हम लोग ने रेंट पे दिया था और मेरा क्रिकेट फ्रेंड है, साथ में क्रिकेट खेलते हैं. तो उसको मैंने बोला था यार, मैं कभी भी उसको फोन करता हूँ ना, बोलता हूँ कि मेरे को खाना खाने गए, भूख लगा है मेरे को तेरे आजू बाजू, रुक, मैं फोन करता है तेरे लिए तैयार करता है टेबल. ऐसा है वो. देन देयर इज अनदर फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन, उसका अंधेरी में एक है. He's been running that restaurant. He's second generation. Father started it. Now he runs it. एक बार मैं गया था उसकी इडली पे, अपना उसके रेस्टोरेंट पे इडली मंगाया था मैंने. तो मेरे को उसका टेस्ट अच्छा नहीं लगा. मैं बोला उसका शेट्टी इज नेम. ये मज़ा नहीं आ रहा है आज, क्या गड़बड़ है क्या, कुछ है क्या? उसने बोला क्या हुआ, इडली में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? बोलता है वो थोड़ा मेरे को कच्चा लग रहा है. आई थिंक इट्स नॉट लाइक योर इडली सपोज टू हैव अ लिटिल फ्लेकी टेस्ट टू इट, एंड यू शुड बी एबल टू सी द पोर्स. It's a little sticky. It's like it feels that it's not right, something is missing. I don't know. He's like Rook, he had gone somewhere. He finished that, he came over here in 15-20 minutes. He came down, he saw that and he said, there is a problem over here. I'm going to fix this, wait. And then he went inside, he spoke to the chef and he said he changed the entire machine. I don't know what he did, but he brought that point forward. So they are not fantastic, exorbitant or like beautifully done up those 5-star restaurants, but the amount of pride that these guys have in the food that they make is phenomenal. बहुत दिल से बनाते हैं.
12 रुपए का वड़ा पाव, पर क्या प्यार है भाई उसमें. आप खा के देखो, नेक्स्ट लेवल चटनी विटनी डाल.
Welcome to Mumbai, my friend. First time ना?
First time.
सर अभी मेरे को आपके बारे में बात करना है.
प्लीज सर बताइए सर.
मेरे को तो कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं है आपके बारे में.
पूछिए सर जो पूछना है सर. आई एम इन कचेरी.
First to introduce yourself.
Yes. My name is Sirish Bajpai. Some of people might know me as Papa Okus.
Papa Okus.
Yeah.
Papa Okus.
Co-founder of AV, running tech business, AV video cohorts, teaching students how to live life, make money, and vibing it out in general. And my main job is just being obsessed with content. I'm a kid who was born on the internet, absolutely adore video, and that is the only thing I have ever done and most probably will ever do. I do not enjoy anything else.
I'll tell you one thing.
पढ़ाई किया है नहीं किया?
Here's the fun part, okay? दादू, मेरे दादाजी, प्रोफेसर, ऑक्सफोर्ड. दादी, प्रिंसिपल, अलीगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी. पापा, प्रिंसिपल, मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी. मम्मी, टीचर, अनदर MGM करके वहाँ पे. ठीक है. So I come from a long line of teachers.
What a family portfolio. Awesome.
मैं मैथ्स में 1 मार्क्स.
1.
मैं फर्स्ट टाइम जब मैं मुंबई आया था तो मैथ्स का एग्ज़ाम दिया था और भाई मेरे को कहाँ मल्टीप्लिकेशन डिवीजन कुछ नहीं आता था. कैसे स्कूल में एडमिट किया, फिर कुछ हुआ, फिर नेक्स्ट स्कूल में मेरे को चेंज किया एंड 5th स्टैंडर्ड में था एंड फर्स्ट यूनिट हुआ था हमारा. एंड फर्स्ट यूनिट पे आई एम स्टिल द न्यू स्टूडेंट. टीचर कम्स, शीर्ष बाजपेयी कौन है? शीर्ष बाजपेयी कौन है? खड़ा होता है ऐसे में. कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस, यू हैव गॉट 1 out of 20.
Oh my God.
और भाई पूरे क्लास के सामने ताली मार रही है. 5वीं के बच्चे के सामने. सोचो मैक्सिमम. हाय, मैं पेरेंट्स को बुलाया, जो भी हुआ. पापा, भैया मेरे, दादू, भाई मैथ्स में अव्वल नंबर, मतलब 19 out of 20, मतलब कुछ तो गड़बड़ हुआ है. 19 out of 20 नहीं आ सकता. उधर मैं 1 मार्क्स लेके आ रहा हूँ. ठीक है. तो मैं बोलता हूँ नहीं मैं फिक्स करूँगा. तो मैं बहुत पढ़ाई करता हूँ. फिर नेक्स्ट एग्जाम में 2 out of 20.
I mean, improvement तो हुआ है.
Doubled it, man.
100% improvement. 100% return.
It's about marketing. मैंने 100% growth rate दिया.
Yeah, so I realized very early on that I don't think I'm very well made for padhai. Personally, I would argue that I was not taught well, but I think that is like everybody can say it and whatever.
No, I actually agree with it. Because in 10th standard, I used to not go to school. I used to just doing copywriting. My attendance was 7%. My teachers used to tell me, you are going to become nothing in life. I don't have their connect. If I had their phone number, I am vengeful man. I would have called them and said,
I raised.
so much it pulled me down as a kid, you know. I'm trying to make money, and then these guys are like, you're going to become in front of everybody. No, I'm just come to write the exam. They're like, कैसे एग्जाम लिखे? अरे I don't need you people. My textbook है, मैं पढ़ कर आया हूँ. So they're like, you're going to become nothing. I want to call them up and say, if anybody is watching,
yeah, bro. It was the same with me. I was like told like, what are you gonna do? I was kicked out of my school.
Which school was this?
This was SBOA.
What is this?
Navi Mumbai.
Okay.
So I pretty much like kind of kicked out of the school. So I was failing maths consistently. So the teacher was like कि अब ये 9th में आ गए थे और 10th में उनको 100% रिटर्न मतलब वो प्लेस वो जो रहता है ना कि 100% बोर्ड से पास हो जाते हैं वो जो उनका रहता है. So they were like कि यार ये हमको नहीं लग रहा मैथ्स में पास होगा. And my father had shifted to a new place, so I was traveling a lot. So my father was like, you're traveling so much, that's why you're not able to study. Let's put you in a new school. So they put me in a school called Balwantrao Fadke. It was like a very like a छोटू सा स्कूल टूटा फूटा सा था. ठीक है, वहाँ पे आई वाज टोल्ड कि वहाँ पे जाओ मैथ्स, वहाँ पे मुझे मैथ्स मिल रहा था. पापा वाज लाइक मैथ्स कर, you can't be taking like you can't be doing maths, you can't be not doing maths, you have to do maths. Somehow something happened even then, but luckily during that time, because I hated that school, like wo Balwant Rao Fadke, I kind of cracked a deal with my father. I was like, because you put me in not so good school, so SBI was a very good school, after that put me in a not so good school, because you put me in a not so good school, I'm not going to go to it. I'm ready to study, but I'm not going to go to the school because I don't enjoy going to the school. Okay? Luckily during that time I had a PC at home, and during this time I discovered something called YouTube. I had already known YouTube, but like I was
How old were you this time?
This is 16, and I was making videos since 14. I was making a little bit of money here and there. No, this is 14. I was making videos since 12. This is when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
ठीक है? And I discovered PC, and I was like, and I found some gaming YouTube channels, and I was like, yo, these guys are making money via playing games and are able to build their own PCs. This is what I want to do. ठीक है? Met Carrie Minati through that. All these things started happening. Started working with Carrie as well. Become graphic designer like you. ठीक है? Started selling to, and during that time I started finding Skype पे जो business owners हैं. This is 14-year-old kid. Skype पे business owner कौन से हैं? I was able to somehow get their उस time पे Skype का tag आता था. And they could write who they are. So I was able to search connection से connection जाके. And I used to lie to them about my age. And I used to be like, I will design things for you. And I didn't know jack about design. Okay? I would design things for you. And that's how at 14, and this was also the same thing I was doing on Twitter. So in Twitter, they had launched this new feature where it was advanced search, where you could go and you can search for a certain word, and all the tweets in the last 24 hours will show up. So I would search for design, looking for a designer, looking for this, and I would have a very nice portfolio ready.
Nice.
What I would have, what I had done was all the designs I had ever made, I made it into a 4K nice image, because I knew that sending a link, if I were to send a link in Twitter back in the day, they would put the reply at the bottom. They would not put it because you are taking the viewer out of the so they would not want it. So I was like, okay, I have to sell in a way where I am integrated in Twitter.
Right.
So I created a Twitter profile. On my actual Papa August profile, if you were to go old, you will be able to find those images as well, even right now. You will, and I started searching these designer people. I used to reply, hey, been doing this for 8 years. Been doing this for 9 years. 14-year-old lying about his age. ठीक है? लेकिन portfolio, my skills spoke for themselves. Like I was really good somehow. I was always a creative fellow, so I was always good. And I started making money in the next 2 years. From 14 to 16, from 10th to 12th, I was printing money. Bro, I was doing 80-90K a month.
Wow.
ठीक है?
As a 14-year-old.
As a 14 to 16-year-old. ठीक है?
Wow.
I have renovated the house.
Wow.
I have gotten myself a dog.
Wow.
I have gifted my mom a phone. I have gifted my dad a phone. I have got an AC in my house. I am living right? I'm like, अरे क्या चल रहा है, पीसी बना लिया है, full crazy scenes हो रहे हैं, ठीक है? During this time I was like कि यार but ये सब ठीक है, पैसे during that time like it was whatever, I didn't care. I was living with my parents, मम्मी पापा खाना दे रहे थे तो जो भी मेरे को फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता था. I used to just be a spontaneous go, अरे एलेक्सा का एको आया है, मॉल में घूम रहे, खरीद लिया, अरे शूज़ खरीद लिए, ऐसा था मैं. But then I realized that this is not what I want to do. Like money,
This is short term.
yeah, money is not giving me any happiness. Buying shit is not giving me any happiness. What do I do? And I was like, what do I really love? I love video. I love making videos. Videos were the most beautiful thing that I had discovered. I was like, this is what I want to do. I quit everything. Okay. I was like, I'm just going to go all in on making YouTube videos. In 2019, I started this channel called Papa Ocus, where I'm making video essays. That was done for the first time in the country. Very highly edited video essays. Every single frame was art, and that's how I treated it as like I'm making art. And beautiful. I was getting like 200k views on long form back then.
Wow.
I a fucking 18-year-old kid.
What is video art? What do you mean by that?
So I don't know if you've watched any AV video. Do I have a phone here? If you guys can pull up any sort of phone or something, I'll show you. Yeah. So this is what I used to make. This is what it used to look like. So every single video, every single frame that I would create, let me just search.
Who's this psychopath again without a cover?
This is gangster part 2.
So what we do at AV right now, it was like a miniature version of that, and I was running this entire bit on my own. Fucking kid. So so look at this. भाई बिना कवर आईफोन बट एड प्रीमियम नहीं ले रहा है. प्रीमियम नहीं लूंगा भाई, मैं 200 रुपए नहीं शेल्व करूंगा मैं. सो
फ्रीलांसर है रे बेचारा. मिला आएगा उसको बार्टर में किधर ना किधर.
So let me just show you. So like it would look like this. So every single video would be like a.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah. So every single would be like a beautiful.
Every frame is thought out.
Yeah. Like
Look at
that.
that. I mean, wow.
So all of that was like very. I'll put some stuff, and I was collabing with like very big channels and all of that, and we were doing like very good. I was creating some very good animation. I was doing it all alone. So what I realized was this is not sustainable. I have to figure something else out. I got and I ventured into podcasting. Wagera happened. Cut to few years. I had in one of my podcasts, I had brought this entrepreneur called Varun Maya. And I'm a 17, 18-year-old kid, okay? I don't understand who this entrepreneur is. What do you mean you have raised funding and you're funded by some of the biggest VCs in the country and all that jazz? Who are you? I don't care. So I have, like, if you were to watch the Varun Maya podcast with Papa Ocus, I am making all sorts of, like, मैं गाली गलौज दे रहा हूँ, मैं उसको उल्टे सीधे जवाब दे रहा हूँ, all that jazz. But something happened, and this guy was also young. It was not like he's an old person.
How did you meet him?
I just called him on a podcast and he came.
He just decided.
Yeah, I just texted him. I was like, ये आएगा क्या? बोला आ जाओ. मैं बोला आ जाओ. तो मुझे लगा कि कौन है ये, मेरे को रिस्पॉन्ड दे रहा है, ये कौन है? ये तो कोई ऐसे ही होगा.
No respect because he responded.
Yeah, and he was running a very nice like software company where he was doing something very nice. He had all sorts of clients, and he came. He talked and he liked something about me. Cut to a few years. I have finished college. I'm now running my own agency. I'm making nice money. I'm still not happy because I always wanted to get into video, and the problem that I was facing is I'm not able to do things all on my own, and it was very stressed. And I was, like I mentioned, I was going through a lot of like I was on a bunch of meds. It was like a whole thing. I was also going, like, I was, for the first time I was growing up. I was stepping out. Blah blah blah. All that jazz was happening. One gives me a call. Okay, one gives me a call and he's like, my wife Achina, she is trying to start something, and I think you both will be a good fit. So he connects me with her, and she says that I want to start a YouTube channel and I want you to be my partner. Come start with me. And I'm like, YouTube videos, yahi to chahiye tha, bro. This is during this time me, my then girlfriend, now fiance, are living together in Pune with our 2 dogs. I was like, sab gaya tel lagane. Saloni, my fiance, my 2 dogs, सबको उठाया मैंने. एक दिन के अंदर हम लोग ने Bangalore shift हो गया.
And what does your fiance do? Why did she agree
She
to?
was studying during that
Okay,
time.
okay, huh.
But me and Saloni had decided at a very early on.
22 years
These guys are
old,
just
man.
like, "Shaadi kare."
But
This is-
22. Go ahead.
This is 21. This is even younger. And I've just uprooted my entire life and moved to Bangalore. And me and Saloni had decided, listen, we're not separating.
Okay.
If you're going somewhere, I'm coming with you. If I'm going somewhere, you're coming with me. There is no given, like, ऐसा हो गया, no, long distance, हो गया भाई, चलो. ठीक है?
She's studying where?
She was just like she was preparing for a certain exam.
Okay,
but she
gotcha.
was also not completely sold on that exam idea. She was also not like an institution and all of that. All agreed that listen, making money like at a very early on, everybody, like all my friends also realized, and I was like the kind of the flag bearer of sorts. See, bro, what you need to really do is look at demand and supply. If you can give what the society demands, you will make money. There's no need for you to go institution and all of that. At least for the things that I enjoyed, which were mostly creative disciplines. So we all agreed that, okay, we are going, this is a great opportunity, let's leave. So me and Saloni, we uproot our life, we moved to Bangalore. Okay? And now I'm living with Achina, Varun, in their some small as apartment. They are open to like just, I don't know why. Okay?
They're open to letting their employees
co-founder,
everybody.
we are all operating from that house. Okay? Everybody. So one of their room, which was their guest room, we converted into a studio and like editing room. And during that time, there's a very nice video. Can I have my phone? I'll show you.
Guys are sitting and
I'll show you one. I'll show you
How
the video.
many years? How long has it been from there to here?
2.5 years. So it's very
2.5
early.
years.
It's
So
not.
this guy goes from a small room to heading a corporate company, mammoth.
9,000 square feet with 150 employees.
2.5 years. How many startups dream of that? And this guy just
No, so to be clear, all of that is not just me. There's a bunch of new people involved. We'll get to that. So during that time, when we are living in that situation, okay, me and I am working like crazy. Okay, I'm the guy who's. We are all working like crazy, but during that time, Achina had a job, so she was also doing that to pay for the people who were we had hired. So I'm like a full-time employee, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make this work. Okay. So Achina is writing, I'm writing scripts. Achina is shooting, I'm shooting. I'm directing the shoots. I'm getting the videos edited. I'm making sure thumbnails are ready. I'm posting it. And we are working like day in, day out, like crazy. To a point, and this is also during the time where I was on meds. So because like I said, I have ADHD, I used to forget. And after a certain point, I started forgetting that I'm on meds. I started tapering. And I tapered so bad that there are videos of me where I would just while reviewing is not playing for some reason.
That's okay.
But for while reviewing videos, I would just
Doze off.
behosh.
Behosh.
Yeah,
whoa,
I would behosh.
not falling asleep, just
Just
black
like,
out. My
and this
God.
was a common occurrence. So the people who were working with me or for me were filming me. Pricks.
When is Ocus going to black out?
Yeah, it was like it's a common occurrence that he is gonna just like he's working and behosh ho gaya, video nikal lo, and then 10 minutes baad he'll wake up, he'll have some ORS and everything, and then I'll start editing again.
My God.
And I would work like that.
What
and
a beast,
the
man.
reason I was working that hard was also because the production quality that I wanted was like over there. So the story was that we made 2 videos. The day I came, we made 2 videos in a single day. We shot 2 videos. First video we all loved. Second video we all hated. First video gets edited. It's garbage. Achina is like, I don't think this is going to work. Let's end it. During this time, I'm also getting engaged. So I'm flying back to Mumbai to get engaged. Okay. And I call up Achina and I call up Varun. I'm like, yo, let's not end it. You guys are giving up too early. Okay. Let me edit it. I'll edit it personally. So the second video that we all hated, I sit and I edit it. And I put all my heart and soul. So what you guys saw, the Papa Ocus clips, I kind of merged both. So Papa Ocus style and this new style of shooting and high production and skits, we all mixed it all together. Okay. Saroni was the person who wrote the first ever script as well. We all mixed all it together. And that is the first video that is on the channel, which is the recession video. It works, everybody loves it. We start getting calls, it gets lots of views. Second, third video,
How many views?
it's like 20k views.
20k. But
second
for the
video
starting one, it's like
Yeah, and this is on long form. Second video gets 50. Third video, which is on Amazon, gets 100K.
My first video that I made got 800 views.
Yeah, so it was like...
And I was happy.
Yeah, we were doing very well. 100, 200, all of a sudden we are at 100K. Within 3 months, we become the fastest growing infotainment channel in the country. 0 to 100K in 3 months. We are blasting. During this time, we are all like, okay, money is running out, guys. What is the way to monetize?
So who right now it's all bootstrap, no investor,
Yeah,
no
nothing.
Who's putting in the money?
It is all Achina.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Varun had put in a little bit of money.
So
He came
she's
in.
working somewhere else,
Yeah.
taking that money and paying salaries.
And
to-
also she had savings and all of that. So like Achina took a big risk. Shout out to Achina, love you. She
This guy's a performer, man.
yeah. So this happens, and during this time, like, Varun had also put in a little bit of money. He came on board as an investor, but he never committed because he was like, I have my own company. You guys have to figure out. I can't come and help you guys all the time. And he was always like that. He was always very hands off. It's like, if you can't figure out, why should I help you? You have to figure out. That's an entrepreneur's journey. So we were like, okay, we are like, okay, money is running out. We have to monetize it. What do we monetize? And I was like, I had done this course called, it was called Papa Work Us Workshop, where I used to teach kids editing. It had worked little bit. And we were discussing this, and, we come up with this idea that we can do a cohort. And one thing leads to another. We are like, we're going to make this into a proper edtech. We're going to provide people jobs. We're going to do the impossible and provide people jobs. And to the people who are editors, they will know that 3 years ago, right now editors in purely demand, but in 3 years ago, editors making money just did not exist.
It's just horrible.
Yeah, 200 रुपए में reel edit करेगा, 500 रुपए में reel edit करेगा.
shit.
And we were like, no, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to give them jobs that's going to cost 30-40K. That's what we're going to do. So I explore all my networks. Achina explores all our network. We talk to people. What would you hire editors? Would you hire editors? Everybody says, I don't know if I would hire editors. Like, those guys are not able to understand. I'm like, what do you mean they're not able to understand? It's the same problem that you're facing. What do you mean they're not able to understand? It's like, I have this vision. I talk to them and they're not able to understand. They don't do the thing and they're not on time and they're slow. And I immediately catch it. I'm like, oh, these guys don't need editors. None of these guys need editors. What they need is a YouTube assistant. What they need is a viral specialist. Somebody who's me. They essentially need me. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to come up with a curriculum that essentially makes more of me. So I'm going to teach them everything. I'm going to make a generalist curriculum. So I teach them everything. I teach them, and this is during them. I'm writing, I'm shooting, Achina's writing, Achina's shooting. We are doing skits, we are directing, we are teaching classes. I'm coming up with the webinars. So I'm doing live webinars as well. I'm working 24 hours a day. And Saloni was incredibly supportive during this time. She was taking care of the dogs and everything. I'm working this time. During this time, we're not making any money either. First cohort finally goes live. For the first time, we make decent money where we are break even. We're like, ho gaya. Break even ho gaya. Like, okay, we're at a decent place. We can do it again. And then we do it again.
How many people in the first cohort?
We got about, I think, 100-ish. But we were spending like crazy money.
Okay.
Like, we had gotten a studio. We had gotten like 8-9 employees
What
this
was
time.
your overheads like? What was that number?
That was more Achina side. Like, Achina is the person. So my job in the company currently is I experiment and figure out what is the latest, most video related, most extreme thing I can do. Like, we did like that anime. I don't know, a lot of people are aware of. Right now we're doing with AI and all, like, you can automate content.
You basically want to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. They have a robot dog that pees in the office.
Yeah, we have a robot dog that pees in the office.
Talk about that.
So these AOS Labs guys, they have a hardware division. So we are planning to make like, what can we do crazy? Like, if we want to make like a painting that can talk.
What color is it?
It's a silver. So it doesn't actually pee. We have not connected any water to it. One of the plans is...
tank. I'll tell you, it has a tank.
Obviously.
So the plan is...
It doesn't have a byproduct that it comes out now.
So the plan is to fill that thing with beer.
The big one. We want to make a big one.
And then what do? Just lie down and drink?
Yeah, so like, if we have a party and anybody wants to refill their beer, they can do certain action. The dog comes to them and you put the glass on the floor and you will pee
he told me.
He will pee into.
Does it pick up the leg and pee or is it just...
Yeah, it picks up the leg and
Literally,
pee.
he just pick up the leg and pee. And this is not what he told me. This is the PC version of him. What Martin
Yalamanchi.
he told me that in parties they want people to lie down and the dog pees directly into the mouth beer. That's all their idea is.
So
The idea is not fill a glass.
That is for gullible people who are drunkards, who are drunk beyond any recognition. Those people who लड़खड़ा के जाए गिर जाएंगे ना तो उसको उठाने के लिए ऐसा
So we have
oh
that.
my god,
So we think like in very party. Like,
you Gen Zers are next generation of the current Gen Zers also.
yeah, bro, we are like very like you gotta party very hard and you gotta work very hard. So we party all the time. Like at AV, like every once, like at least twice a month, we're gonna have like a crazy party where people are gonna go blackout. I got blacked out once, but since then I've never like had I quit drinking. But so now what we have done is we have nice like the bunch of sister companies that keep on working. We do
He's
clients.
just building systems to black other people out.
Yeah, now that's what we are doing.
I want a dog that feels beer. I just want everybody else to be black.
Yeah.
मैं बैठ के देखूंगा.
Yeah.
ये किसका आइडिया था?
ये हमारे एक भाई साहब है वरुण माया, who's the CEO of EOS. ठीक है, वो बोलते हैं कि उनको कुत्ता चाहिए और फिर एक हमारा एक और भाई साहब है याला मंची करके, उनका दिमाग में चला कि तो चालू है वो बैकग्राउंड में भाई ऐसी चीजें चलती रहती है कंपनी में. कभी मैं बता रहा हूँ कि हरकतें ही होती है भाई. And we have so many stories like this. My God, it is insane. And we believe like all of our team members, all of them are under the age of 25. Every single one of them. We don't have a single person who's older than 25.
Do you have this thing that if you're after 25, you're getting kicked out of the company?
Only that actor has that. Who's that actor?
Leonardo.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Thank you.
Leonardo DiCaprio
has that. 25 is your cutoff. You're not my girlfriend anymore. Come on, next one.
No. So we exclusively hire from the cohorts. And cohorts are like mostly young.
This is our first one, right?
Yeah.
What a maiden
Nobody
journey.
can top this, bro.
Titanic. This is Titanic. This is
What a roller coaster. So like all these 19-year-old kids are like crazy fucks who are open to working 12 hours a day and shit.
there's one water over there also.
Yeah,
thank you.
we'll drink and yeah, bro. क्या हुआ
कुछ नहीं, मैंने उसको इधर कर दिया, उसने उधर कर दिया.
This is all sober content. This is all sober content, by the way, guys.
Oh my god. I have a full stocked bar unopened for this event. Okay, we'll open something. कुछ नहीं खुला है, एक चीज नहीं खुला और ऐसे सब चल रहा है.
Oh my god. So yeah, bro, that's what's up. That's the intro.
Any more shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to Martin. Shout out to Martin sorting me out with the AV Video School. Shout out to Devansh. That's it.
Do you have any shout outs?
Hi, ma.
Hi, Ammi.
The most important was it.
Mummy, yes.
What about you?
Me, shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Come on.
यार what shout out I give? My kid though anyways is like started showing
साथ
properties
को दे
today.
सकते हैं.
किसको?
साथ को, जिसकी वजह से possible है.
यार अरे इसके बारे में तो बात करें. Gentleman Saad Mohammed or Saad
We
Sells.
should have gotten, when he said he's not coming, we should have gotten a cutout of him and just placed him.
Oh.
We missed that
We can
opportunity.
still tell him to send us a soundbite.
Yeah.
A recording of his.
Yeah.
He himself has a whole production thing going on.
Editor, cue the sound bite.
Hello. Good morning. This is Saad. I'm calling you from HOS. This is a cold call. You have 30 seconds.
Thank you, Saad.
प्रॉपर यूट्यूबर है, प्रॉपर यूट्यूबर है. उसको सब मालूम है. उसने बोला भी और बाद में एक सेकंड का गैप दिया ताकि कट करे गया और बाद में फिर वापस से उसने बोला.
एडिटिंग को हट चला भाई. ये तो करना ही पड़ेगा.
Like you were saying.
Saad. So how did this start?
Yeah. So Saad and I, see, we are in completely different spectrum of content. He's a cold calling guy sitting in Dubai. I'm somewhere rural India who most of India has not heard of the village I'm sitting in. He just texts me one day saying, "Love your content, beautiful." And then I found Saad's content there. That moment when he messaged me, and I look it through this, I'm like, dude, if I had this guy while I was doing business, the way he closes calls, the smoothness, the way he sidesteps in difficult situations, just beautiful. Like, I had immense respect right now. He's a master sales guy. Now, we just start chatting here and there, hey, here, there, and we realize both of us have great ideas. We're in two different spectrums, and they're nice. We vibed with each other immediately. And then after about 2 days of just here and there talking, he sends me a voice note in the morning. Just I see a voice note. Why start sending me a voice note? We're not even that close friends that we're sending voice notes to each other. I listen to it and it's like, you know what? Why don't we all just get a bunch of guys who are in content, but who are businessmen, who are not content creators? They're content creators not for the Instagram, this thing, मुझे followers चाहिए, मुझे business चाहिए. That's why I'm on Instagram, YouTube, वगैरह. Like most of the content out there about Instagram influencing is about the pure content. They're there for the content, right? So, like, what if we put a bunch of them in a room and have a chat? Like,
क्या idea है?
what an idea. I'm like, you says here plant hippie, now who else do we get?
Plant hippie.
Yeah, what? See, he is a complete, the thing is, immediately I was like, he's in an industry where the premiumness matter. He wants to live the luxurious life, a lot of paisa. And immediately he's talking to a guy who wants to live the
Opposite end.
opposite end. I will tell you guys one thing. Now, yeah. So I'll tell you this thing. My life, a lot of people think, oh, he's made a lot of money. His farmhouse must be massive, big, a lot of this. No, I'm living raw. Like, for example, I didn't have the time to build out a toilet. Okay. Now, I'm like, do I put my energy into building out a system? See, I don't like septic tanks. Septic tanks is something that very environmentally unfriendly, these things. And obviously, there's no sewer system there. So, the easiest way to build a toilet is to shit in a hole. That's what we're doing. And that is my life. And I love it. Like, nature call. In nature.
Wants to kill everybody by making everybody stop having babies. Wants to put people in a goni bag, hit them on the head, and
make them guess Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore.
One thing also he said, and now shitting in a hole.
Yes.
Wow.
No, but that is natural. Yeah. That is shitting in a that is natural.
That is
the only human thing he has. Everything about him is violent.
Okay.
Here, at least he's not doing anything like he's violent.
So I'm loving this life. That is the I like money. Now, a lot of people see that lifestyle and say, he doesn't like money, he's saint. No, I'm not saint. I like money for financial.
We can tell.
I like money for the financial security. मुझे bubble में रहना है. मुझे safe bubble में रहना. Now, Saad is on the opposite end, right? We're like, if two of us are like able to vibe, how many more people can we vibe? How many more opinions can we get into one room? And what a podcast that would be. I don't know if we should call it this podcast, but that's the thing. And then it's like, let's find people. And then immediately, I used to watch Ravi's videos for the smoothness of his talking. Long time ago, when I was trying to crack clients, his voice beautiful. So I was watching him, and then I was like, he just tagged me in one of the stories about an earthworm.
I used to watch a lot of your videos, and I found it very engaging, very funny that like suddenly this guy's coming, pop, 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 pop. It's like a bald man coming up with a little attitude. So I used to enjoy his videos a lot.
Yeah, so,
and then, so there was a story where. Sorry to cut you off.
Tell me.
There was a story where I was there in my balcony. I was sitting having a chai, and I saw this poor earthworm just walking on the balcony tiles. So I know ये ज़्यादा time रहेगा तो ये मर जाएगा. तो इसलिए मैंने उठा के डाल दिया. और the first person that there are two people that came to my mind. The first person came to my mind was this Mr. Sensei over here, the silly Sensei. So I picked it up and I put it in there and I tagged him in that, saying that I hope I'm doing the right thing. And school में सिखाया था earthworms help, the ground and everything else. तो मैंने डाल दिया and I tagged him. And then, go ahead.
And then I was like, oh, he first contact to hai. And I messaged him, and he's immediately like, no thinking, let's do it. And then we were looking for the fourth person. We were like, at one point, we were like, okay, three of us, we're not able to find the fourth person. Let's just do three of us. And then, well, I was from Ocas's cohort. And
Shout outs!
And I guess they found me. Like, I've messaged, they have these Discord channels. You know Discord, right?
I've heard of it. I've never explored it.
Okay.
It's like a community thing. So I'll just quickly tell. So imagine I have found his account the same way you have. Just some random uncle type person popping on my feed and doing poop, 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 poop. Like, मस्त है रे, क्या बना रहे? ठीक है? फिर एक दिन मैं देखता हूँ ये मेरी लोगो, मेरी कंपनी का लोगो पहन के वीडियो बना रहा है. मैं बोला इसके पास मेरी लोगो कंपनी का लोगो किधर से आया? ये शर्ट तो मैं सिर्फ कोवर्ट स्टूडेंट्स को देता हूँ. रात के 3 बज रहे हैं, मैंने मेरी पूरी टीम को जगा दिया. मैं बोला गाइस, I need to know right now if this guy is from the cohort. सब लोग टाइम
just pirating their shirts.
like कहाँ से मिला भाई? तो पता चलता है कि ये भाई साहब cohort 4 से थे. मैंने नंबर निकलवाया, मैंने मैसेज किया कि bro I've been loving your content. मुझे पता ही नहीं था तू मेरे cohort से है. तो yes, continue.
So they have these Discord channels in which every cohort, all the people in the cohort, basically Discord is this app where you can
online classroom.
So it goes silent after the cohort ends up, and here and there people will message. So over there I had left one message after I hit about 15k followers, and this was in about 26 days or something. I was like, wow, fantastic. I was really grateful for the storytelling that helped me get there, and like, thanks. I just wanted to showcase that these guys helped me this and there. And I'm like, I just left that and went away, and then later these guys they messaged me over there. I'm like, wow, Papa Ocas ka attention mil gaya. Because I really liked what he used to do. I was in a similar industry. And I was like, oh, this guy is doing great stuff. And I was fanboy. And I'll tell you, I honestly thought your name was Ocas, and I was so disappointed. It's Ocas nahi hai. Such a cool name, Ocas.
Shish.
Yeah. Shish.
Sirish. Yeah.
That was my biggest disappointment.
Sorry, guys. Legally change kar dunga tere liye.
So then we started talking. He's like, come down to the office, and I went down. We had a great chat, and then in the office, I was like, "Arey, fourth banda to ye he's running. He's basically in the distribution content creation thing, but he is not a content creator. He's a business guy. He's sitting there with a corporate team of 150k, 150k.
It's not all mine, guys. It's just like letting you guys know. तो बहुत पेड़ पे चढ़ा दिए हो तुम हमको वहाँ पे. ठीक है.
But I was like, wow, what a guy. And I just tell him before leaving, do you want to do this on August 5th? And he's like, yeah, let's do it, man.
So we did it, but फिर साथ नहीं आया.
Yeah, that's the connection.
हाँ, साथ ने चालू किया और साथ ही नहीं आया.
Yeah, we should have gotten a cutout.
What happened? Why did he not come?
So apparently he called me yesterday. Yesterday night, and he's like some issue with his ID at airport. He came to the airport and he couldn't get in, and then he's like, can't come.
Yeah, I called him up in the morning. I called him up to pick up करने के लिए कहाँ भेजूँ कब भेजूँ. Then he said कि I'm not coming because there were some immigration things that he had to sort out.
Some issue there. He's like,
मैं बोला ठीक है भाई. बोला आपके बिना ही कर लेंगे हम लोग. But that gentleman, Mr. Saad, I was looking forward to meet up with you.
Yeah, I was really.
Yeah, there was. You have a very strong personality.
Yeah, very, very strong. I think if he was here, he would have insisted.
Two guys with hair, two guys bald, would have been perfect, balanced it out.
Perfect balance. But this room would have been smoky.
Really?
Yeah. Saad would have constantly smoked, no cigarettes.
Saad would have said, I want sutta. Here, I will sit here and do sutta.
All the time.
Oh, yeah, he is a man. The personality.
We'll have to modify our exhaust systems then. Over here.
Definitely.
Okay. But I think we've had a lot of fun.
I think what was really surprising is when I came in here, I thought we will be very hard pressed to find a common ground. That's what I thought will be interesting to see.
But why do you want to find a common ground?
I didn't want to. I was like, it's going to be interesting to see if we can find it. Now, the thing is, underlying everything, all these things, I figured that we're all similar.
Yeah.
Obsessed with stuff. Like you will go in and you'll just obsess over them. You will go and obsess over it. We're just obsessed buggers. I guess the common thing is we're all in different fields, we're all just obsessed.
Hella obsessed. Love it. With that said, hey, we should call this obsessed.
Call whatever you guys want to call,
The
man.
podcast name obsessed.
Obsessed, great.
Obsessed
We
sounds
have a
good.
name.
If
Fantastic.
the audience likes obsessed, we'll call it obsessed. then.
Obsessed.
Okay. Should we
Sounds
end it?
like a plan.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will see. All right. Thank you so much.
This is a performance.
All right, thank you so much for watching, everybody. We will see you in the next one. Ravi is laughing. Abhishek is laughing. Everybody is laughing.
It's
The
like a
editors are
performer
laughing.
is coming out. Thank you very much for watching. All the details of the properties in the description section below.
जो मिले, जो दिखता है वही बिकता है.
Bye.